Hello and welcome to Red Wilson Field for Whitey Red Sox baseball. It's win or go home for the Whitey Red Sox as they welcome in the defending Cape League champion Brewster Whitecaps for Game 2 of the Eastern Division Final. The Red Sox are tasked with doing something today they have not done this season, and that's defeat Brewster at home, or else they'll be packing their bags to go home post-game. As we welcome you into the broadcast booth, Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz for a special 3 o'clock start here at Red Wilson Field. And Sam, the Red Sox falling yesterday in a 6-3 contest, a big reason why, the home runs. Brewster with 4 home runs in yesterday's game. They have 8 in their first 3 playoff games. Maybe we can start calling them the Brewster Bombers. How do you limit the home runs from Brewster today?
Well, you got to keep the ball down, got to keep it off the barrel. That's what Drew Dow is going to be tasked with doing. You keep guys away from the fastball, keep them off balance. You work that really nice curveball, that changeup in from Dowd, in mixed with the fastball. You keep it down. You try to get the ground balls in this game because the wind's blowing out again. This ballpark, sometimes we know it plays pretty small. So if you want to keep Brewster in the ballpark, you just got to be around the knees and off the barrel.
20-mile-an-hour winds today. It's a bad day to be a tent or an umbrella here at Red Wilson Field because things are flying around. You look at this Whitey team, Sam, backs against the wall, facing elimination here today. Is there have to be a different mindset when you could know this could be the last game of the season, or do you treat it like any other game?
I think it's easy to fall into that trap of thinking that this game matters more, or that you have to play with more intensity or play a different way. That's not what you have to do. You got to play the same game that's gotten you wins all summer long. Scott Pickler over in the dugout for YD, he might manage with a little more intensity. He might work a bit of a shorter leash for Drew Dowd in this game on the mound. But if you're a player, if you're in there in the game, we already know Drew Dowd's an intense guy. He's going to still pitch with intensity. The hitters, you just got to go do your thing. You can't treat this like any other game because if you keep it loose, if you play your game, the game that brought the Red Sox to the playoffs, then you have a pretty good chance to win no matter what happens.
YD looking to force a Game 3 would be tomorrow at Stony Brook Field at 3:30. But first, a win today is necessary. We're going to step aside and after the national anthem, bring you starting lineups, umpires, and more here at Red Wilson Field. YD and Brewster, round 2, Game 2, right now. After a beautiful rendition of the national anthem, we welcome you back to Red Wilson Field. The Whitey Red Sox, it's win or pack your bags as they take on the Brewster Whitecaps in Game 2. Let's get to the lineup for the visitors. The defending Cape League champions looking to go back-to-back for the first time in their history. Carson DiMartini, the lefty, leads things off out of Virginia Tech. Nick LaRusso bats second from Maryland. Dylan Goldstein out of Florida Atlantic bats third. Curtis Byrne out of TCU will DH today and bat at a cleanup spot. Cam Fisher is back, and that's good news for the Whitecaps. He had 2 home runs in the first round. The sophomore from UNC Charlotte bats fifth. Davis Diaz bats sixth out of Vanderbilt. Chase Atkinson is catching today. He's batting seventh out of Oklahoma State. We'll stick with the Cowboys. David Mendham, also from Oklahoma State, bats eighth. And Ryan Lasko from Rutgers, the Scarlet Knight, bats ninth. On the mound for YD, it's the lefty from the farm, Drew Dowd, starting for YD. Dowd is making his 5th start of the summer. He has given up earned runs in 3 of the 4 starts, but Sam, every time it's been 2 or less. Dowd has been able to keep the damage to a minimum, despite being pretty hittable last time he faced these Brewster Whitecaps in that 2-2 tie.
And it's the best we've seen him, the longest start he's made all summer, the 4 outings. He went 4 2/3. Probably could have gone a little longer in that one as well. The 8 strikeouts really stick out to you, and he was racking them up early in that game. A 3-pitch mix from Dowd. That fastball is going to sit around 90 miles an hour, 88, top out around 91, 92. Big overhand curveball. If he's throwing it for strikes, watch out. That means he's on his mark today, and he'll mix in a changeup as well to keep guys off balance.
Dowd pitching to Fernando Gonzalez behind the plate. And we'll get to the defense for YD as we wait to start here. Fernando Gonzalez is catching. Johnny Long is at first. Cole Carrig at second base. Woody Haydeen is at short. Gunnar Antillian in for Mike Bovey. You get a right-handed bat in the lineup. He is at third. In left field, it's Caden Connor. In center, Homer Bush Jr. And in right, Braden Montgomery. Red Sox wearing the home white uniforms with the Red Sox across the chest in red. Numbers on the backside in red, outlined in black. High-pulled socks for Drew Dowd. He's got the YD logo on the side of him with a blue stripe in the middle, surrounded by a white stripe. 3 o'clock first pitch, 20-mile-per-hour winds as the clouds fly overhead here in South Yarmouth. It's Game 2 of Round 2, and Dowd digs in to face the lefty DiMartini. First pitch, Carson shows bunt, looks at a fastball high. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes, and Sam DiMartini maybe had the best game anybody has had in the playoffs so far.
Well, 2 home runs jump out to you. The difference in that game, he drove in 4.
1-0 down the hill. DiMartini checks his swing. And did he go? No, says third base umpire J.C. Fernandez. At home, it's Joseph Labella. At first, Mike Beal. At second, David Perry. Shift is on for DiMartini. The shortstop Haydeen playing to the right of second. Cole Carrig, the second baseman's in the hole. Dowd's 2-0. Swing and a miss. Chasing a high fastball. 2 balls and a strike to the mustachioed DiMartini.
And you wonder there, a bit of a wild cut on a high fastball outside the strike zone. If the success yesterday, the Red Sox can play into their advantage and see if he tries to have a repeat performance and gets a little aggressive.
Dowd peeks over the top of the glove. 2-1. DiMartini pops one up on the infield, right side. Coming in, the second baseman, Cole Carrig. He says, I got it. He backs up and makes the catch. And DiMartini retired for the first time.
Good start. Gets one up in the air, but this time the Red Sox keep him in the ballpark.
Yeah, his 2-2 home run day yesterday was not his first of the summer, but Sam, he's been scorching hot, hitting .440 over his last 6 games.
And he came awfully close to a 3rd home run as well, notched a double that one hop the center field fence as well. And if you can get it over Homer Bush's head, regardless of the ballpark, it means you really hit it.
So here's the right-handed bat of Nick LaRusso with 1 out and the bases empty. Dowd deals. LaRusso swings and fouls a fastball back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. No score. We're in the top of the first. LaRusso, first-team All-Big Ten player. Played high school travel ball with the former YD Red Sox and Luke Schliger before going to Villanova. 0-1. Curveball misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. A guy who transferred after 4 years at Villanova to Maryland, was the Big East Freshman of the Year. Stands with blue tape on his left arm. 1-1. Curveball. catches low and away, and a dirty pitch there from Dowd. Sam bending back into the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good early sign there. Mentioned before he got going that if he's got the curveball command, Brewster might be in for a tough afternoon, and that's a good sign. Dotted 2 in a row.
Russo holds the bat over his right shoulder. The 1-2. Fastball well up and away. Sails on Drew Dowd. Fernando Gonzalez able to leap and snare it. Brewster with a win today goes back to the championship series. The first time in the history of Brewster they go back-to-back. They'd have an opportunity to win back-to-back. Here's the 2-2. Dowd's curveball bends away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty solid crowd on hand here at Red Wilson Field. Fans down the third base line hanging out in the shade on that little berm. Not many down the first base line. 3-2. Curveball in the dirt and a walk to LaRusso. He'll jog down to first on a full count. 1 out, 1 on. No score, top 1. Here's Dylan Goldstein, who has also caught fire in these playoffs for Brewster. He's got 2 home runs, including a walk-off in Game 1, and he had a solo home run yesterday in the first frame. Left-handed batter looks on. 7 RBIs in his last 7 games. LaRusso leads at first. He does not have a stolen base this summer. He puts his hands on his knees. Brewster in the road navy blue unis. First pitch to lefty, and he swings and fouls one back to the screen. Fastball at the top of the zone. Brewster across the chest. It starts at a dark blue, goes to gradient teal. Numbers underneath the TER on the left side of the uniform. And the numbers on the back side that start high at teal and move down to a dark blue, outlined in white. 1 out, 1 on, no score, top 1. Here's Dowd's 0-1. Curveball off the end of the bat, down the left field line, and foul. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Dylan Goldstein. Dylan Goldstein, little fun fact for you, Sam, he can play the piano. You an instrument guy? Can you play anything?
When I was about 9 or 10 years old, I took 4 drum lessons.
Okay.
And that was it. So no, to answer your question. I wish. Always something I wish I continued with.
0-1, curveball. Goldstein starts his swing. He does not go. Check down to first. And agreeing with home plate umpire is J.C. Fernandez. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What about you, Carlo? Can you play any instruments?
Well, I rocked the recorder in 5th grade.
Oh, I mean, who among us didn't?
They had me in the front row. And I also played trumpet for 2 years. I can't say I practiced a whole bunch, though. One of those things where 5 minutes before your lesson, you're working on the stuff the teacher told you to work on all week. It wasn't the most dedicated. 1-2. Fastball just misses away. Labella with a tight strike zone early. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As the wind howls out to left, we're in a scoreless top of the first. Game 2 of the Eastern Division Finals. LaRusso a full count walk. He's at first. Shift is on here for the lefty with the shortstop Woody Haydeen playing to the right of second. Second baseman Carrig is in the hole. Both their larger uniforms flapping in the wind. 2-2. Fastball high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back full counts here from Dowd. Our great photographer, Sadie Parker, can play a couple instruments. We had the pleasure of watching her sing her own song that she wrote last Monday at an open mic.
Guitar, piano. Maybe she and Mr. Goldstein can chat about techniques on the ivory.
Oh, 3-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. Goldstein down swinging. Drew Dowd picks up his first strikeout. It's his second out of the top of the first. Runner at first, 2-away. In a scoreless game, here's Curtis Byrne out of Texas Christian University. Right-handed batter with the bright blue barrel. As the wind that was once blowing to left, now blowing to center. Partly cloudy overhead. An absolutely gorgeous day for an early 3 o'clock start. We are making sure we're getting this one in. Originally scheduled for 3:30. LaRusso at first, the first pitch home. Fastball, Byrne ropes into left center field. That drops for a base hit. Charging in the center fielder, Homer Bush Jr. He gobbles it up. Stopping at second is LaRusso. It takes 1 pitch, and Curtis Byrne picks up his first hit. 2 on with a runner in scoring position and an opportunity for Brewster to get on the board to begin this game. And the opening stanza with LaRusso at second and 2 outs. Here's Cam Fisher, who we mentioned wasn't at yesterday's game, but is here today. In his 2 games against Harwich in round 1, he had 2 home runs, 1 at each. Two on, 2 out. Dowd's opening offering. Fastball high to the left-handed bat of Fisher out of UNC Charlotte. Fisher, who won the Coastal Plains League batting title last summer with the Forest City Owls. So he probably played the Savannah Bananas, Sam. Shift is on to the right. Down trying to work out a 2 on, 2 out. Is 1-0. Is a change-up that misses off the inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Fans still pouring in down that third base line. Lawn chairs in hand. Beach towels sprawled across the brown grass that has seen a couple of thousand people walk across it. LaRusso leads at second. Curtis Bird is at first. A walk and a single. As Dowd steps off, the lefty with his left heel on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Glove pinned against the right hip. He comes set belly button high. 2-0 to Fisher. And Fisher slaps one down the right field line, foul. Gets ahead of a changeup, 2 balls and a strike. Cam Fisher, who was second team freshman All-American from UNC Charlotte, a 49er, but started his collegiate career at Ole Miss. Spent 1 season there, ended up redshirting before transferring to Walters State Community College. Closed off stance for the lefty. Here comes a 2-1 from Down. Curveball. Nicks the inner edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, 2 on.
That's a good one right there. And for Drew Dowd to get ahead, tough left-on-left matchup. The home run hitters in this lineup in the postseason, for the most part, have been left-handed. All 3 Brewster Whitecaps to homer yesterday were lefties. Fisher, the 2 home runs in the opening series, another left-hand hitter. You think that maybe that's advantage Drew Dowd, especially, like I said, if he's dotting the curveball. It's a tough one to track left-on-left.
A big 2-2 pitch here. Half swing, did he go around on the fastball? He did. Third base umpire J.C. Fernandez says yes, and that does it for the top of the first. 1 hit, 2 left on, no runs come across. We head to the bottom of the frame. No score.
T-Mobile's a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
No.
We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz as we begin the bottom of the first inning. Let's get you the lineup for your home team, the Whitey Red Sox, who are looking to force a Game 3 and avoid elimination here today. Cole Carrick leads things off at a San Diego State. Woody Hadeen bats second from UC Irvine. Brady Montgomery out of Stanford bats third. Johnny Long from Long Beach State cleans things up. Homer Bush Jr. out of Grand Canyon bats in the 5th spot. Hayden Schott bats 6th from Columbia. Gunnar Antillion out of New Mexico State bats 7th. Caden Connor out of Cal State Fullerton bats 8th. And Fernando Gonzalez swings out of the 9th spot. Switch hitter Cole Carrick bats from the right side. He faces Ryan Ure, the pitcher today for Brewster. Ure, a left-handed pitcher out of Oklahoma State who's been one of the best for the Whitecaps, his opening offering. Carrick takes a fastball that catches the outer edge. A windy day here at Red Wilson Field. 1-0. Carrick swings and misses. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. The last fastball misses the outer edge. Ure with a 1.5 ERA in his 8 games played. 24 innings of work, Sam. What's most impressive to me, the 18 strikeouts, the 4 walks for the lefty. 0-2. Carrick rolls one off the end of the bat, first base side, ranging to his left. Davis Diaz able to gobble it up from deep in the dirt. The second baseman goes to first. And there's 1 away.
Ure's last outing was his best outing. 7 shutout frames against the Harwich Mariners on July the 30th, back in the regular season. Allowed just 4 hits and a walk. Only struck out 3 batters, but he was incredibly efficient. Only threw 78 pitches.
Right-handed bat of Hadeen watches a first pitch fastball miss away. 1 ball and no strikes. Hadeen, who's been fantastic in these playoffs for the Red Sox. 1-0 down the hill. And he watches another fastball drift away. 2 balls, no strikes. With 1 out and the bases empty. No score, bottom of the first. Brewster and YD. Hadeen in his last 4 games hitting .500. 2-0. And he takes a fastball that catches bottom of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. He's got 4 straight multiple hit games, including 3 hits yesterday. A triple would come around to score. The 2-1 to Hadeen. And he hits one off the end of the bat down the right field line. It drifts out of play. The count 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Get to the defense for Brewster after this batter. Hadeen bounces the bat off the right shoulder. 2-2. And he taps one off the end of the bat. Shallow right field. Racing in the right fielder. Goldstein, he watches it drop in front of him. Woody Hadeen continues to hit. That's a 5-game hitting streak. And he is aboard with 1 out. In stands Brady Montgomery in the bottom of the first.
He just finds his base hits. That's 9 now in the playoffs and 15 at-bats. That's incredible. Every time that he comes to the plate, it feels like he's tapping the bat to it and finding real estate out there somewhere.
Hadeen aboard and Brady Montgomery digs in. Woody doesn't have any stolen bases in the playoffs, although he was caught stealing yesterday. New catcher behind the plate, it's Chase Atkinson. At first, David Mendham, Davis Diaz at second, Carson DiMartini at short, Nick LaRusso at third. Get you the outfield after this first pitch out. And the right-handed bat of Montgomery looks at a fastball that misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Cam Fisher is in left, Ryan Lasco roams center, and Dylan Goldstein in right. Bottom 1, 1 out, 1 on, no score. The 1-0. Fastball misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes, and Ure has fallen behind the first couple of batters he's faced here, Sam.
Uncharacteristic with the low walk totals. Maybe the playoff environment a first for him here in the Cape Cod League.
He's not a traditional starter. Hadeen at first. Here's the 2-0 to the plate. Montgomery watches. A strike. Just catch low and away. Another fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ure started the season coming out of the pen and was absolutely fantastic. Didn't start till he faced YD back on July 14th. That was his first start, and it was the first time he gave up runs. 2-1. Montgomery swings and misses. Tardy on a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Then had his best start of the summer against Harwich last time. His left arm dangles by his side. He's working from the third base side of the rubber in his Oklahoma orange cleats. A large lead at first for Woody Haydeen. As Yer looks towards the gold bat of the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, Braden Montgomery, 2-2. And he swings and foul, taps one into the glove of Atkinson. There's the first strikeout for Ryan Yer. So 2 outs and a runner at first. Here's Johnny Long, who has been YD's best power hitter this summer. 7 home runs, 2 already in the playoffs, including a moonshot yesterday. Right-handed batter stares in. Yer stares at Haydeen. First pitch. Long looks at a fastball that misses away. The count catches the outer edge, No balls and 1 strike. The trees dancing in straightaway center. Wind howling out. An opportunity for the short porch for Johnny Long. Haydeen running 0-1. Long swings and misses, and Haydeen on to second. No balls and 2 strikes to Johnny Long. No throw from Atkinson after the swinging strike 2. And home plate umpire Joseph Lavella just switched it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clouds hanging overhead, blowing into left. Haydeen a healthy lead at second, 1-1. Long takes a fastball that misses the outer edge. 2 balls and a strike. Woody Haydeen's white uniform, that was once as white as a pearl, now with a dark mark on it from the brown grass. He represents the go-ahead run. No score, bottom of the first, 2 outs. Can Johnny Long continue his hot hitting? 2-1. And he swings and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes as he chases a fastball.
Fastball's got some run on it away to the right hand. Hitters from Yer. There started on the outside part of the plate where Johnny likes it. Chance to extend his arm and just kind of ran away from the barrel.
Long hitting over 300 in his last 6 games. Trying to pick up another RBI. 2-2. Haydeen running. Fastball misses low. Woody's into third without a throw. Woody Haydeen has 2 stolen bases in this bottom of the first. Atkinson refusing to throw his way, Sam. Any reason why?
Either he's not getting good transfers on these balls, or you figure with 2 out, just go get the hitter.
So a full count to Johnny Long with 2 outs and a runner at third. The pitch. Johnny swings and misses, chases a fastball, and ends things in the bottom of the first. 1 hit, a runner reaches third base, but Woody Haydeen is left stranded on the long strikeout. Second of the game for Yer ends the first. We head to the second here at Red Wilson Field. No score.
Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists offers premier emergency and specialty care for your pet when it matters most. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialists.com. That's CapeCodVetSpecialists.com.
We welcome you to the second inning here at Red Wilson Field. Round 2 of the playoffs, and it's the Eastern Division Finals. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz, who's putting down some sparkling green tea with pineapple juice from Trader Joe's. No score. Whitey and Brewster, Davis Diaz, Chase Atkinson, David Mendham due up. That's 6, 7, 8 for Brewster to face Drew Dowd. First pitch to the right-handed bat. A fastball pings the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike. Joseph Labella, a little bit of tough to see his balls and strikes, Sam, because he comes forward with his strike motion. And so us behind him, we're almost blocked. Here's an 0-1. Curveball, Diaz swings one and hits it into left field. It hangs up there for the left fielder, Caden Connor, who makes the catch. Diaz just gets underneath. And there's one away. Here's Chase Atkinson. Atkinson, who's playing his first game of the summer against these Whitey Red Sox, which is hard to believe, Sam. This is the 8th time these teams have faced off.
Feels like Curtis Burns is back there every day.
He has been every time. A large cloud covers the sun and puts the ballpark in the shadows. First pitch to the righty, and he swings and misses late on a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. The flag gusting out to left with the bases empty and 1 out. No score. We're in the top of the second. YD needs to win or their season is over. 0-1. Fastball away. Atkinson doesn't chase. Wearing his Oklahoma State helmet. Mostly black, but a couple orange tints. He waves the bat over their right shoulder. A black dipped bat. Defense playing straight up against him. 1-1 down the hill. And he watches a fastball miss low. Gonzalez thought that was a strike. He faked a throw to Dowd, waiting for that strike call, but didn't get it from Joe Labella. 2 balls and a strike. Two-1 to Atkinson, and he foul taps one back to the screen. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Atkinson started his college career at San Jacinto College in 2021, where he led the Gators to a 3rd-place finish at the JUCO World Series, was named All-Tournament Team. Then went to Boise State, but they canned their program after he committed 2-2. And he swings and hits one sharply on the ground, left side of the infield. Haydeen, the shortstop, gobbles it up, throws to first in plenty of time. And then now Oklahoma State Cowboy is retired. 2 up, 2 down for Dowd in this top of the second.
Woody Haydeen has such great movements at shortstop. That's a fairly high degree of difficulty play, and he made it look easy. Circling in, grabbing that ball on the run, and making the easy throw to first base once he plants. The Red Sox struggled for a week or two to find a shortstop replacement when Hunter Haas left the team, but Haydeen plays an excellent short.
First pitch to lefty David Mendham is a changeup that misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. Partly cloudy skies. The flag was once blowing to left. It's now wrapped around the flagpole so many times that I'm not sure exactly which way it is blowing. 1-0. Swing and a miss. A changeup, and Mendham was sitting fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. Shift is on for the left-handed bat as Woody Haydeen, the shortstop, moves to the right of second base. Cole Carrick's playing shallow right. Dow looking for a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. His 1-1. Curveball misses low. 2 balls and a strike.
See these birds flying around the
infield? A couple birds fly overhead. They land right in front of first base.
They sound great on the crowd mic.
Don't they know we're playing baseball? One just flies overhead of Drew Dowd. 2-1 to the hill. Swinging a hot shot into right field, a base hit. Mendham slaps a fastball into the gap. Backhanded by the right fielder, Braden Montgomery. Mendham holds at first after a big turn. A 1-out single by David Mendham, who continues his hot hitting in these playoffs. 2-out single. Excuse me. Here's Ryan Lasko. Lasko picked up a solo home run. Excuse me, Lasko, that was Mendham who picked up a solo home run yesterday. Lasko's got a pair of doubles in these playoffs. Right-handed batter with a go-ahead run at first in the top of the second, no score. Dowd's first pitch to the right-handed bat. is a curveball that misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Ryan Lasko, a Golden Spike semifinalist, one of just 30. From Jackson, New Jersey. Holds the bat behind his navy blue helmet. Mendham at first. 1-0. Fastball, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ryan Lasko. 2 outs, runner on. Mendham at first with 1 stolen base in 35 games this summer. The Oklahoma State Cowboy takes a conservative lead. 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball into left center field. Lasko sends one for a ride, but the left fielder, Caden Connor, is there to track it down, and he makes the catch. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs come across. Brewster gets a 2-out single from Mendham, but it's a fruitless top of the second. We head to the bottom of the frame. Red Sox looking for a run here in the Cape Cod Broadcast Network.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
We welcome you into the bottom of the second inning here at Red Wilson Field. Game 2 of these Eastern Division Finals. The Whitey Red Sox falling in Game 1, which means they have to win the next 2 if they want to keep their season alive. It's best of 3. Homer Bush Jr., the right-handed batter, digs in. A local favorite here in South Yarmouth as the 5, 6, 7 hitters are due up against the lefty Ryan Ure. First pitch to the ready. And Homer comes out swinging, fouls the first pitch slider back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Good crowd on hand here at Red Wilson Field. Plenty of fans on the berm in their beach chairs in left and behind home plate. 0-1. Bush looks at a changeup that drops in. No balls and 2 strikes quickly to him. Homer with the eye black underneath his right eye, a white sleeve on that right arm. Choking up with 2 strikes, 0-2. Fastball misses up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With nobody on and nobody out, no score. Brewster and YD. Jersey flapping in the wind of Ure, his 1-2. Bush fights off another fastball. A souvenir towards the snack shack. Sam, Homer Bush Jr. broke his bat yesterday. Probably the most unique broken bat we've seen all summer.
Just kind of shaved a splinter off the barrel.
1-2. Bush swings and misses, chases a change and strikes out. That's 3 straight swinging strikeouts for Ryan Ure, who looks locked in. He's relinquished 1 hit today. And 1 out and the base is empty and a scoreless bottom of the second. Here's Hayden's shot. Brewster under Jamie Shevchak trying to win their 3rd championship in the last 5 seasons. The last team to do that was YD. First pitch to the left-handed bat. And Shot takes a curveball that misses downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Hayden's got a 4-game hitting streak going. 1-0. And he taps one down the third base line. Ends up by the batting cages. 1 ball, 1 strike. First team all Ivy Leaguer with the high pulled socks, the beach blonde hair, the Newport, California native. 1-1 to shot. And he rolls one on the ground, foul down the third baseline. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and the base is empty, no score. Another hot, windy day on Cape Sam. It's a good one to be in your home booth.
Friendly confines at the AC up here. Treat us well.
1-2. Shot, bounces one to short. Long run for the shortstop, DiMartini. On the second hop, gloves it head high from the infield grass, in time to first. Carson DiMartini with a pretty play, playing deep at short. A head first charge, and he just beats the lengthy 6'3" Hayden shot 2 away.
Hayden got a little stuck coming out of the batter's box. That extra half step, I think, cost him the play and allowed DiMartini to get a throw off.
Urs retired 4 in a row, and he faces Gunnar Antillion, who makes his playoff debut, a right-handed batter. Opening offering to him. Gunnar swings at the first pitch, lifts it past the first baseman Mendham and into right field. Gunnar Antillion in his first pitch of the playoffs as a 2-out single. Opportunity for Whitey to put the go-ahead run across. Here's Caden Connor in a scoreless bottom of the second with 2 outs. It's that pregame Chipotle, Sam. Gets it done. Gunnar ordered Chipotle before today's game, and it didn't come till he was mid-batting practice. Said he ordered it around 11. Took forever to get here. But he is loaded over there at first after his single. Here's the lefty, Caden Connor, opening offering. Fastball misses low. Sam, are you a burrito or bowl guy?
I'm a burrito guy.
Okay.
Or, no, check that. Excuse me. I'm a bowl guy. With Chipotle, I'm a bowl guy. I
Okay.
like burritos in general. I'm a big burrito guy in general. But if I'm going to Chipotle, I'm usually getting a bowl.
I think that's the right move. 1 ball, no strikes here to Connor with Antillion at first. Throwback that way. Gunner's pinch run a couple of times this summer. He does not have a stolen base yet. He's been caught stealing once.
Here's the hack, though. You can get a tortilla on the side.
That's right, 25 cents.
Exactly. Barely anything nowadays, even with inflation. It's so cheap to get that tortilla on the side. And the bowls are usually packed with so much food.
Yeah.
It's more food than a standard burrito that if you get that tortilla on the side, just make a burrito with it.
1-0. Caden looks at a fastball that nicks the inner edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. I was always a burrito guy. And then one of my friends told me, you know, you get 30% more food when you get a bowl. And it's true, and I've never gone back to a burrito because I always feel like I'm being a little shortchanged.
And if you put like half of that filling in the tortilla, then you have both.
Runner at first, 2 gone, 1-1. Caden smacks one foul over towards Fernando Gonzalez, who's on the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Do they have Moe's by you in California?
No,
You
that's
don't have
not a
Moe's?
California thing.
Okay, because here on the East Coast, I guess that's the Dunkin' versus Starbucks debate based on fast food Mexican is Moe's versus Chipotle.
Is it like Chipotle?
It's
essentially?
similar.
Okay.
But what I used to do was do the burritos at Moe's and do the bowls at Chipotle, depending on what I was feeling.
Gotcha. 1-2, Antillion's running. Fastball misses away. The throw on to second in plenty of time. They got him. Atkinson guns down Antillion and ends things in the second inning. 1 hit, but a runner thrown out by Chase Atkinson. The 7th of the summer he has gunned down, and that ends the second inning. We head to the third. No score, Whitey and Brewster here at Red Wilson.
Well, hello there from Captain Parker's Pub over in West Yarmouth on Route 28. The entire crew from Captain Parker's wants to give a big salute to Cape Cod baseball, especially the young players that have dedicated so much time and effort to America's pastime. So join us for lunch or dinner or just a bowl of our world-famous clam chowder. Captain Parker's. Easy to find, but awfully hard to leave.
We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field as we begin the third inning. Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics plays over the loudspeaker. And the Whitey Red Sox are dreaming to play another day here at Red Wilson. No score between Whitey and Brewster. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friends Sam Lebowitz, our producer Zack Clapp. And the top of the lineup due up for Brewster, Carson DiMartini, Nick LaRusso, and Dylan Goldstein to begin the top of the third. A windy day here at Red Wilson, as is most of August on the Cape. The trees dancing in center, clouds flying overhead faster than Formula One cars. And here's the lefty DiMartini with the shift on. Everybody swung over to the right on the infield. Dowd's first pitch. DiMartini looks at a curveball that misses inside. 1 ball and no strike. Sam, that curveball almost looks like it's going to hit DiMartini straight in the head, and then it drops in. And when it catches the zone, it is filthy to lefties. Here's his 1-0. Fastball, DiMartini smacks it into center field, tosses his bat to the side, and watches that one fly out of here. That's the third home run of the series for Carson DiMartini. He sent that ball back to Brewster. It's 1-0. The Whitecaps lead in the top of the third.
Fell behind with a close curveball. Came back with a fastball, outer part of the plate, a little above the knees, extended the barrel down to it, got his arms extended. And in this ballpark, you get one in the air to center field, especially with the wind blowing out. You can stand and watch it for a second. That's exactly what he did. He knew he had that ball off the bat. Impressive shot.
Ready, LaRusso looks on towards Dowd. 1-0 Brewster in the top of the third. The pitch, curveball that LaRusso hits down the right field line, foul. DiMartini hit that ball. He immediately turned and javelined his bat towards his dugout. And it was so immediate, Sam, that I thought at first he was mad that he didn't get that ball. No, he was celebrating that he hit it into somebody's backyard and straight away center.
Oh, he stood and watched it for a second, too.
0-1. Curveball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to LaRusso, who walked on a full count last time. And Carson DiMartini, who had 2 home runs in the entire regular season. In 36 games, he's got 3 in the playoffs. He's played 4 playoff games. Dowd trying to work through the home run. Here's the 1-1. Curveball. Misses away. 2 balls and a strike with nobody out and nobody on. And I think the Brewster Bombers is really what we're looking at. This is a Brewster team that had 18 home runs in their 44 regular season games. They have 9 in the playoffs. They've played 4. 2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss on the outer edge. And Sam, at one point, do we start wondering about the baseballs?
I think you have to at least pose the question. We haven't gotten our hands on the baseballs to compare, but ball is jumping this postseason.
2-2. Strike 3. Fastball catches the outer edge. LaRusso down looking. And Drew Dowd does a good job to respond after giving up the moonshot to DiMartini. There's 1 away in the top of the third. Brewster leading 1-0, looking to advance to their 2nd straight Cape League Championship Series. Here's the left-handed bat of Dylan Goldstein, who had a home run yesterday. I mean, balls are flying like we've never seen them before. Granted, there is a lot of wind in these last 2 games. But Brewster, everything they make contact with is leaving the yard. First pitch to Goldstein is a curveball that misses low and away.
Certainly feels like that. That anytime they get a ball up in the air, it's a no-doubter.
Flag still gusting out the center. Fans murmuring about down that third baseline. Nobody up in the bullpen for YD. Dowd's 1-0. Goldstein swings and misses at a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Goldstein, who's spent part of his collegiate career at Chipola College. Shift is on for the left-handed batter with Hayden playing to the right of second, the shortstop. And Cole Carrig, the second baseman in shallow right. 1 out, base is empty, 1-0 Brewster, 1-1. Curveball, misses low. 2 balls and a strike to Dylan Goldstein. Carson DiMartini, solo home run. He has 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. We are not through the 3rd inning of Game 2 of this series. 2-1. Curveball bends back into the zone and nicks the bottom part of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Goldstein. And now at third, Gunnar Antillion will go play more of a shortstop position with a 2-2 count. At what point, Sam, do you just start walking him?
Well, to lead off an inning, that's tough to go ahead and do that. But you got to pitch him more carefully, I think.
2-2, half swing. Did he go? He did on the changeup. There's the third strikeout for Drew Down. Second of the inning, 2 away. According to Synergy Sports intern Ethan Cagno, that DeMartini home run is the longest of the summer. We don't have an official number on how far, but it beats Chris Brito's 455-foot home run.
Yeah, he got it, I think. I didn't see where the ball landed in the tree line, so.
First pitch to the ready, Byrne. He fouls it back to the screen. So you're telling me it's farther than 455? Mark it at 457. That's what he put it in the air.
That's unbelievable.
That's a home run at Eldridge, which is 434 to center field. 2 outs, bases empty, 1-0 Brewster on the DeMartini demolition. The 1-0 to Byrne misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 outs and the bases empty. That is absurd. 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. The count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Byrne, who singled his last time up. 457 feet. The wind is blowing out to center. Definitely a wind-aided home run, but he got all of that and more. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's a 1-2 fastball that drifts up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cam Fisher is on deck after the leadoff home run by Carson DeMartini. Drew Down trying to strike out 3 in a row. Down, who's only given up 3 hits today. But the solo home run, the worst of them, put Brewster up 1-0. 2-2. Fastball hit on the ground off the left heel of Byrne. Curtis Byrne, who has been part of last year's championship run for Brewster, trying to do it again this year. He was named team MVP at the end of the regular season for the Whitecaps. A guy who was their everyday catcher in their 4-game playoff sprint. He has not lost a playoff game in his career. Him and Johnny Gadamowicz. 2-2. Fastball, Byrne hits on the ground, right side of the infield. Second baseman Carrig scoops and throws. And there's the final out. 1 hit, Carson DeMartini hits one into the atmosphere that the Logan Webb telescope picks up. 457 feet to straightaway center, and Brewster takes a 1-0 lead. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at Red Wilson Field.
MP Sports Cards is proud to sponsor the Kids Baseball Clinics. If you're a sports card collector, be sure to stop by and check out the latest releases, graded cards, supplies, and more. A local favorite for hobby enthusiasts across Massachusetts and, of course, your Cape Cod Baseball League. Stop in our store and mention code Red Sox to get 1 free pack of 2022 Topps Baseball Update with any purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us at 71 Main Street in Carver, Mass. or online at mpsportscards.com. That's mpsportscards.com.
We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field. I'm Carlo Jimenez. Along to my side is the bearded Sam Lebowitz as we welcome you into the bottom of the third inning. Brewster with a 1-0 lead over the Whitey Red Sox thanks to a Carson DeMartini demolition derby home run. 457 feet into the atmosphere in straightaway center. Gave Brewster a 1-0 lead in the top of the frame. Let's see if YD can respond. First pitch to lefty Caden Connor. He fouls a fastball back to the screen. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. 8-9-1 due up against Ryan Ure, who has given up 2 hits today. Left-handed pitcher making his 4th start of the summer with a 1.5 ERA to his name. 0-1. Caden slaps one into center field, a base hit. Caden Connor barrels one up. The tying run is at first. Here goes the go-ahead at the plate. It's Fernando Gonzalez. And a nice base hit by the Cal State Fullerton lefty. Here's Fernando Gonzalez.
Got a couple of free pitches to see when Gunnar Antillian was caught trying to steal second base to end the previous offensive half inning for the Red Sox. So maybe he knew exactly what to look for in that at-bat against here. Got a couple of good swings out. The second time around, he gets the base hit.
First pitch to the ready Gonzalez. He bounces one into right field. That's a base hit. Caden Connor was running on the play, but he puts the brakes on at second. Goldstein scoops it up and right and keeps him there. Back-to-back hits out of the 8-9 spots. And Whitey has the tying run in scoring position, the go-ahead at first base. And here's the leadoff hitter, Cole Carrick. Exactly how you want to respond, Sam, after giving the lead up in the top of the third inning.
And Caden Connor probably, if he didn't hesitate around second base, probably had a chance to advance to third there. You got to pick up your coach. He's going to tell you if your back is to the play, whether you should keep on coming or not. Instead there, he looked over his left shoulder and tried to find the baseball, and as a result might have cost the Red Sox 90 feet. But table's set for the top of the order. This is the spot you want for Cole Carrick, who hits better against left-handed pitching.
Corner infielders are in with nobody out. And a look back to second by Ure. Up the middle, shortstop DeMartini, second baseman Diaz looking to turn 2. Gonzalez doesn't have great speed at first, but Carrick leads the team in stolen bases at the plate. High pulled Sox with the wind gusting out to left on a partly cloudy Monday afternoon at Red Wilson. First pitch. Carrick looks at a changeup low. 1 ball and no strikes. Win or go home for the Red Sox in Game 2 of the Eastern Division Finals. Brewster trying to go back to the championship series in a quest for back-to-back championships. Would be the first team to do it since YD won 3 in a row in 14, 15, and 16. Long blonde hair flows out of the back of Carrick's helmet. 1-0. And he swings and uppercuts one, foul down the right field line, and then falls down on his backside on home plate.
Big cut.
Well, we've seen Cole take a couple of hacks this summer where his helmet's come off, but we have yet to see him lose his footing. Carrick, the type of guy who puts 100% of his effort into every single at-bat. The right-handed batter digs in. The hero in the first series, a Herculean effort with 4 hits in the final 4 outs in Game 2. 1-1. Fastball misses up and away, the two-way player. And a 2 balls and 1 strike count with Caden Connor at second, Fernando Gonzalez at first. Tying run in scoring position, go ahead on the base paths for Cole Carrick, who for the first time today, Sam, is wearing a black undershirt with quarter-length sleeves that end mid-forearm. His bright red socks pulled up just below the knees. Ure looks at second, 2-1. Carrick rolls one foul, third base side. Gets a piece of a changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, 2 on. We're in the bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Brewster. Carrick had a 5-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday. He has been YD's MVP this summer. One of 4 guys in the lineup who's been here since day 1, playing in his 46th game. This is game 47 on the summer. At a San Diego State, again, the most intriguing Whitey Red Sox. The best batter can keep the line moving. 2-2. Fastball misses low and away. Full count to Carrick. Ure with a walk here would load him up for Woody Haydeen, who singled his last time up. He's on deck. Scott Pickler gives the signs to his runners on. Back-to-back hits from Caden Connor and Fernando Gonzalez. There it's second and first. The wind blowing out to center, the trees dancing, and this good crowd on hand at Red Wilson looking to see their team earn themselves one more game. 3-2. Carrick taps a fastball back to the screen. Another 3-2 pitch coming.
Cole's a tough out. 330 hitter in the regular season. Top 5 in Cape Cod in batting average. Maintained that batting average well from both sides, but this is the side that, whether you ask him or not, whether he thinks so or not, this is his preferred side because the numbers don't lie. He hits the ball harder as a righty, he hits for a higher average, and he hits for more power from this side of the plate.
He chokes up slightly with a 3-2 count, the pitch. And he swings and misses, chases a fastball and strikes out. First out of the bottom of the third, and a big one there by Ryan Ure. After giving up back-to-back singles to the 8-9 hitters, able to strike out Carrick. Here's Woody Haydeen, who has been the hottest hitter in the playoffs for these Whitey Red Sox. Sociology major out of Temecula, California. Goes to Irvine. The right-handed batter bounces the bat off the right shoulder with 2 on and 1 out. 1-0 Brewster. We're in the bottom of the third. Yours look on to second. Caden Connor back on his feet. Not really base stealing speed on the base pass, Sam. But if Haydeen can find a gap, you think both runners would be able to score. The outfielders playing deep all across. First pitch on. Haydeen fights off a fastball as he soars one down the right field line. No balls and 1 strike. Could you imagine a bunt here, Sam? Haydeen's been known for his bunting ability. We saw him put a good one down in that second game against Orleans.
Wouldn't be completely shocked. I think maybe the spot for that is with nobody out, which, worst case scenario, if he gets it down and he's thrown out, you get 2 in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
0-1, Haydeen shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike on the inner edge. Home plate umpire Joseph Labella says he didn't pull his bat back in time. No balls and 2 strikes.
That's a difficult call to swallow for YD because it looked like he made every effort possible to pull that bunt back. And at least at first glance, I thought he did get it back.
2 on, 1 out, 1-0 Brewster, bottom 3. Yours 0-2. Haydeen looks at a changeup low. Close pitch and a good take by Woody. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fans from foul pole to foul pole in the outfield. Pouring in down the third base line. YD needs to win or this is their last game of the season. Brewster on the brink of going back-to-back. 1-2. Haydeen smacks one into right center field. Moving over the right fielder Goldstein. He comes in and makes the catch. 2 away. And after 2 hits, 2 straight outs by Ure, both unproductive outs, and an opportunity to save this chance for YD. Here's Braden Montgomery. The Pac-12 freshman of the year, Sam, who still kind of waiting for him to come alive in these playoffs. He's just got 2 hits in his 10 at-bats. Right-handed batter struck out his first time up. Caden Connor at second, Fernando Gonzalez at first. Tying run in scoring position. Right-handed batter Montgomery trying to bring him home. First pitch. Curveball. Pings the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Partly cloudy overhead. Montgomery in his Cardinal red Stanford shoes and a metallic gold bat. Looks on. 0-1. Fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes.
Kind of the reverse of Carrick. It seems like, at least anecdotally, that the results for Montgomery have been better as a left-hand hitter. Trying to work here as a right-hand hitter and get a 2-out RBI knock.
Red Sox do not want to leave 2 on after getting hits to begin the inning. 0-2. Braden takes a fastball that drifts up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a win or go home for YD, and this feels like a big spot. Leadoff single from Caden Connor, and then right behind him, Gonzalez was able to push one into right. 2 on, 2 out, 1-0 Brewster, bottom 3. Both runners go. 1-2. Montgomery bounces one over the head of the third baseman, LaRusso, into left field. Caden Connor rounds third. He comes home and scores. Gonzalez stops at third. It's an RBI single for Braden Montgomery, and YD draws even in the bottom of the third, 1-1 with Brewster.
Perfectly drawn up for Scott Pickler. Get the runners in motion, and guess what? If that ball is hit there and the runners are not moving, then Nick LaRusso, the third baseman, is able to field that ball. But he was moving towards the third base bag to be able to cover on a throw, and Montgomery's high chopper just replaced him where he was standing prior to moving towards third. That's where it landed and wound up over his head as he moved to cover the bag.
And that RBI hit for Montgomery moves him to 22 RBIs in his 22 games played. He leads at first. Gonzalez at third, 2 outs. Here's the right-handed bat of Johnny Long, opening offering. Long smacks one on 2 hops right at the shortstop, DeMartini. On the back pedal, he goes the short way to second and ends the bottom of the third. 1 run comes across on an RBI single from Braden Montgomery. 2 are left on, 3 total hits in the bottom of the third. And the Red Sox are able to pull even through 3. It's 1-1. Whitey and Brewster. Sam Lebowitz will take you through the meat of this one. Win or go home for the Whitey Red Sox. They're even through 3 with Brewster. Hey, Sox fans, if you thought about buying or selling a home, Emily Szymanski of the Salty Dog Group is your pet-friendly neighborhood realtor. As part of the team at Keller Williams Realty of Cape Cod and the Islands, Emily is your go-to resource for home buying and selling. Call Emily Szymanski at 508-221-0196 or visit thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. That's thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. On to the 4th inning and on to the play-by-play. It's Sam Lebowitz.
Thank you so much, Carlo. Top of the 4th. Brewster coming to bat in a tie game. 1-1 game 2 of a best-of-3 here in the Eastern Division Championship round. Winner plays the best of the West in what could be as early as tomorrow, depending on the outcomes of this game. Here it's a 1-1 tie, and Drew Dowd goes to work against Cam Fisher. Left-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. Fisher 0 for 1. He struck out his first time. Dowd a tan glove and works out of the full windup. First pitch, a curveball, drops over the outside corner, 0-1. Fisher had a big opening round against Harwich. University of Charlotte product hit home runs in each of the 2 games as the Whitecaps swept away the Mariners. 3 infielders on the pole side, 0-1. A slider that bounces in. And a nice pickup by Fernando Gonzalez, though no one on base, doesn't really matter.
That took a wicked hop, almost spun back in towards Gonzalez.
Fernando just showing off at this point. He is such an outstanding defensive catcher. Even when there's nobody on base, he's able to make those do-or-die picks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball, it missed a little above the top of the zone. Count 2-1 on Fisher, who didn't play in game 1 yesterday. Our cohorts over in the Brewster broadcast crew, Johnny and Doug, Johnny Gadamwitz, Doug Latuka, they told us he was at a wedding yesterday. 2 balls and a strike to him. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove of Gonzalez. The count 2-2 on the left-hand slugger.
Was he getting married?
I was just going to make sure to tell the fans that no, to my knowledge, Cam Fisher was not getting married.
That would be insane commitment.
I'm curious to know where this wedding was, that he could do it go to this wedding and come back within a day to play in game 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball and miss high.
They had the off day before game 1, so it could have been a Sunday wedding, and then he had a couple days to come back.
Maybe take the day for game 1. Come back a late addition to the roster here in game 2. Not to the roster, to the lineup. Brewster keeping pretty much the same lineup, top to bottom. 3-2. Swinging a pop-up, back of home plate, might stay in play. Gonzalez has a little bit of room, and he makes the catch. Circling back near the chain link fence, Fernando squeezes it with one hand. In that black and red glove, the Georgia Bulldog puts away out number 1.
Well, Gonzalez wearing the shades behind home plate today, and even though the sun isn't in his direct eyesight as he's catching, stays prepared to make that catch.
So 1 out. And nobody on base, a right-hand hitter, Davis Diaz. Tie game, Brewster 1, YD 1. Brewster got their run in the 3rd, as did YD, but 2 very different ways to score runs. First pitch, Diaz rolls it foul towards the Red Sox dugout, where looked like maybe Hayden shot on the dugout fence, got a hand on it, couldn't make the play. I'm sure Hayden will be kicking himself about that.
He's trying.
No balls and a strike here. Brewster got their run. Same way they've scored a lot of their runs this postseason. 0-1. Fastball. It missed a little away. On the long ball, Carson DiMartini is playing like a man possessed right now, and he led off the 3rd with his 3rd home run in this series already after hitting 2 yesterday in Brewster. And it was no cheapie. 1-1. Fastball a little away, says Joseph Labella. Count 2-1. 457 feet. That, if we believe the StatCast metrics and the ball tracking science, it's the longest home run hit by a Cape League player all summer. Ooh. And certainly the longest in this ballpark. 2-1. Changeup in the dirt, taken by Diaz. The count 3-1, trying to get aboard and give Brewster a chance to go back ahead in this game. A 1-1 tie with 1 out here at the top of the 4th. Excuse me, Carlo. Chris Brito over with the Bourne Braves, who are also fighting. They have a chance to sweep away the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the Western Division Finals. He had the longest home run. He did that in Orleans earlier this summer. 3 balls and a strike. Missed high for ball 4, a fastball. Second walk for Drew Dowd. And it comes with 1 out here in the 4th, tying, rather go-ahead run aboard for the Whitecaps with 1 out. You're in a 1-1 tie.
And you can't really trust any of these home run numbers by anybody in this Brewster lineup. David Mendham had no home runs. He's got 2 this postseason. Atkinson at the plate, he doesn't have a home run, but the way the balls have been flying, it's as if we have new baseballs.
Atkinson, the catcher, right-hand hitter. Dowd looks to first, now looks home and deals a fastball. It hits the outside corner for a called strike. Count 0-1. Atkinson grounded to the shortstop his first time up. Dowd would take that same result here with a runner on first, 1 out, chance for a double play. Tie game 1-1 here in game 2 of this best of 3. Red Sox need to win today to keep their season alive. Brewster trying to advance to their 2nd consecutive Cape League Finals. They won last year. 0-1, they'll check to first. Back standing is Davis Diaz. Diaz is a threat to run. Doesn't have a stolen base yet in the playoffs. Had 3 in the regular season. Stole 6 with Vanderbilt in the spring. Atkinson out of Oklahoma State, the backup catcher. And they'll look to first again. Again, back standing is Diaz. Didn't play in game 1. Curtis Byrne, the primary catcher, one of the better offensive catchers on Cape Cod, is getting off his feet out of the crouch. He's DHing today. Runner on first, 0-1 count, 1 out, top 4 tie game. Dowd fires, swinging a foul, heading back over our heads behind home plate. The count 0-2.
And if you look at how the playoffs sit right now, Sam, with Bourne winning yesterday, Brewster up 1-0 now, you can see a possible rematch of last year's championship series.
The Braves, of course, losing last year to the Brewster Whitecaps in a modified playoff. No balls, 2 strikes, on its way. Curveball poked towards right. Montgomery started back, now charges in into a slide. He comes up with it, stumbling to the ground. He makes the catch. Back to first goes Diaz. It's the second out. And an uncomfortable looking play, but Montgomery, whether it was smooth or not, he comes up with it off the shoe tops.
Well, not the most graceful play in the world. I wouldn't suggest ballet in the future of Braden Montgomery, but he came up with the baseball, and that's what matters. You wonder, Sam, if he dropped that ball, if Whitey could have turned two with his can of the arm. I think the Red Sox get an out there anyways, but Braden able to hang on to it.
Diaz never got very far off first. If that ball had been played cleanly on a hop, you think Montgomery certainly had a chance to get a force out at second. Here's David Mendham, left-hand hitter. First pitch to him. Fastball outside corner, a called strike.
Control for Drew Dowd throughout this outing has been really impressive. Haven't seen him fall behind in a lot of counts, just the 2 walks, and he's making Brewster batters really think about every single pitch.
Dowd had a season-high 2 walks in his last outing. That also came against Brewster. It's only his 5th outing of the summer. 5 walks and 13 1/3 coming into this game. A look to first, and back with a head-first dive is Diaz. Luke Jewett has started to warm in the Red Sox bullpen. As we're playing in the top of the 4th inning in a tie game 1-1 with 2 out, a runner on first, and 0-1 count on Mendham, who singled his first time. 0-1. Curveball. It dropped in for a called strike. Pretty pitch there for Dowd. Stanford lefty gets ahead. Another Oklahoma State Cowboy in the batter's box after we saw one a batter ago. With Chase Atkinson, his teammate David Mendham, the 2020 Canadian Baseball Player of the Year from Dorchester, Ontario. Hit a home run yesterday. 1 of 4 that Brewster hit in a Game 1 win here over YD. Before an 0-2, another look to Diaz at first. He's back standing. Mendham hit that off of Aaron Calhoun, first batter that Calhoun faced to begin the 7th inning, and acted as an insurance run, extended a 5-3 lead to a 6-3 lead for Brewster. That would be the final score. Down a deep breath. 0-2. Curveball in there. Strike 3 call. Got him inside corner. Bent it over that front part of the plate. 5th strikeout for Drew Dowd. And he works around the 1-out walk. Keeps this game tied. To the bottom of the 4th we go here in South Yarmouth. The Red Sox trying to grab their first lead of the day. Their backs against the wall. Chance to go home with a loss. We'll be right back in a 1-1 tie.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops and first responders who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and all Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This is brought to you by Zephyr Hats, the Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. It's Monday, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Sam Lebowitz, tell me what's going on.
Well, the Red Sox and the Brewster Whitecaps are tied 1-1 as we enter the bottom of the 4th. Red Sox have Homer Bush, Hayden Schott, Gunnar Antillian against the left-hander Ryan Ure out of Oklahoma State. First pitch to Bush. Fastball swung on and fouled back. They count 0-1 on Homer, who struck out his first time. Game 2 of a best of 3. And what could be the final YD Red Sox game of the summer. They lose, they go home. 0-1. Fastball picks up the outside corner. Count 0-2 to Bush, a right-hand hitter. Brewster won Game 1 yesterday in Brewster. Trying to advance to the Cape League Finals with a win today. 0-2. Comes inside. Backs Bush off the plate at Tad. The count 1-2. Ure has struck out 4 batters through 3. Red Sox have tallied 5 hits against him, all singles. Had 3 in a run-scoring third. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Went fishing on a changeup in the dirt. He'll try to run it out at first base, but the throw is in plenty of time as Atkinson throws him out. 2-3 on your scorecard on the strikeout. So 1 up, 1 down. The 5th strikeout for Ryan Ure. Second time he's gotten Bush. Brings up Hayden Schott, left-hand hitter out of Columbia, who grounded softly to short his first time.
I'd like to see Hayden Schott take advantage of this wind. He has got a strong bat.
First pitch home. Didn't mean to. A little check swing on a pitch coming up and in. He fouled it off.
We saw him nearly break a window in that house in right field his first game here. 420 feet off the bat.
Hasn't homered since then. That was in his first game with YD. Had 3 hits in that game. 0-2. Slider picks off the outside corner. The count is 0-2. Schott, of course, is a former Scott Pickler alum regardless, as the 0-2 is grounded to short. Reaching forward as DeMartini steps up, throws to first in time. Ball took a tricky hop on DeMartini, but made a last-second adjustment. Throw out the former Cypress College baseball product, where Schott played under Coach Pickler before moving on to Columbia. 2 out, nobody on. Tie game 1-1, bottom 4. Brings up Gunnar Antillian, who poked a single to right his first time, a right-hand batter. Ure's first pitch is swung on and lined up the middle on 2 hops, a base hit. So Antillian has seen 2 pitches today, and he has twice singled. Second time he's picked up a 2-out single. He stands at first with a potential to be the go-ahead run here in this bottom of the 4th.
You think Ure's going to give him anything to hit the next time he comes up? Probably throw him a first pitch curveball in the dirt. Say swing at that.
That pregame Chipotle is working well for Antillian.
I got to know what the order was.
That was our mistake as journalists to not ask, I think. Because we saw that he had ordered the Chipotle. It said it took over an hour to get delivered. He ordered it when he got to the ballpark around 11:15, 11:30 this morning. It didn't come until after the Red Sox were done with batting practice. First pitch, Caden Conard rolls it up the first baseline, off the glove of Mendham, the first baseman, into no man's land. Everyone's safe. See what they charge there. It's going to be an infield hit for Caden Conard, who rolled the first pitch towards Mendham, who tried to field it on the backhand and saw it go off the leather and take a left turn towards shallow right field, where Davis Diaz backed it up. He tried to throw to second, but Antillian was there in plenty of time. 2 on, 2 out. Fernando Gonzalez, a chance to drive home the go-ahead run. Fernando singled his first time. 1-1 tie, bottom 4. Lead would go a long way for a Red Sox team. First pitch, swinging a high pop-up into shallow right. Diaz, the second baseman, calling all the way, makes the catch and ends the inning. Consecutive 2-out singles for the Red Sox are wasted as Gonzalez pops out to second. That ends the inning. At the end of 4 here in South Yarmouth, in an elimination game, the Red Sox, the Brewster Whitecaps, were all tied at 1 apiece. We'll be right back.
Giardino's Family Restaurant has been locally owned and operated since 1970. Originally opened by Ed Giardino Sr. as the Tasty Tower, today his sons are still committed to providing the same quality meals and service that their customers have come to know and love. So if you're looking for a great night out, come on in to Giardino's Family Restaurant in West Yarmouth on Cape Cod. Giardino's, a restaurant for family, by family.
We enter the fifth here in game 2 of a best of 3. The Red Sox need to win today to keep their season alive. Brewster leads the series 1-0. And to face 9-1-2 in the Brewster lineup in this 1-1 tie is Luke Jewett. New arm out of the Red Sox bullpen. The UCLA right-hander makes his 12th total appearance for YD this summer. Second of the playoffs. First one was a scoreless outing in game 1 against Orleans. First pitch to Ryan Lasko, a first pitch slider in there for a called strike 1. Numbers are good overall for Luke Jewett. Across his 12 outings, a 2.08 ERA. In that first one of the playoffs, helped YD in a big way. 0-1, Lasko pops it up. Looks like it'll stay on the infield. Cole Carrick, the second baseman, was shifted over. He makes the catch about a step from the second base bag. Lasko quickly set aside. He's the first out in the fifth in a tie game 1-1. And now we face our attention fully to the batter. If you're standing at home listening to us, watching us on the YouTube stream, and you're maybe paying half attention, zone in here because Carson DiMartini is batting. He's already homered 3 times in about a game and a half. 2 yesterday, 1 today, leading off the third. First pitch from Jewett is a changeup that misses down and outside.
I don't think you give him anything to hit whatsoever.
See how carefully the Red Sox pitch him. That first pitch changeup wasn't really close. Jewett facing DiMartini for the first time here in the playoffs. 1 ball, no strikes. Half swing, a fastball. Called strike outside corner. That first home run today, I mentioned first because, hey, he had 2 yesterday. You never know what he's going to do. Was apparently the longest home run hit by any Cape Cod baseball player this summer at 457 feet. 1-1. Swinging a pop-up, heading down the left field line. Gunnar Antillian a long run, tracking this one foul, but it lands untouched. A few paces short of the Red Sox bullpen. The count 1-2.
Everything he's hit in this series has been for extra bases. 4 hits, 3 home runs, 1 double. I mean, he has not hit the ball softly.
Only came about 10 feet shy of a 3rd home run yesterday with that double. The 8th inning of that game, he one-hopped the fence. Jewett's 1-2. High fastball and missed well up. Brought Fernando Gonzalez out of the crouch. Count 2-2. With Virginia Tech this year, DiMartini hit 15 home runs. 2-2. Fastball above the top of the zone. The count is full to him.
And he did have 2 two-run home run games at Virginia Tech in the spring.
So when he hits them in bunches. He's gotten out at the right time. 3-2. Swinging a high, deep drive. Well hit right field. Montgomery, his numbers to the infield, and watch out in South Dennis. Oh my goodness, he has done it again. His 2nd solo home run of the game after a 2-homer day yesterday. He has 4 home runs in his last 5 at-bats. And the Red Sox can't keep Carson DiMartini in the yard. It's 2-1 in the 5th. Make that Carson DiMartini 2, YD 1 here today. And the first one he's pulled. The first 3 went to center. This one to straightaway right. And this is some kind of show that the Brewster shortstop is putting on. He takes Jewett deep. Brewster regains a 2-1 lead. Here's Nick LaRusso, right-hand hitter. He swings at the first pitch, pops it up foul, heading out of play over the Brewster dugout down the first baseline. And Carlo, I'm at a loss for words because I have never seen anything like this in Summer League baseball. We haven't seen anything even close to this summer. For a Red Sox player, an opposing player, what have you. 0-1. Slider, half swing, and it doesn't hit the outside corner. They check down to first, and Mike Beal says no swing. Count 1-1 on LaRusso. And Carlo, you're looking at me with this stunned face.
I mean, what kind of Wheaties did this guy eat? This is absurd.
The 1-1 is popped foul again, right side out of play. 1-2.
Carson DiMartini had 2 home runs on the summer coming into this series. He has 2 in each of the last 2 games, and they have all been moonshots.
This is incredible. 1-2. Swinging a line drive right field, hit well towards the gap. Montgomery won't make this catch. It one-hops the wall in right center. touching first, heading to second, LaRusso. Close play there. The throw meets him. They got him! Nick LaRusso one-hopped the fence in right center, but Braden Montgomery threw a one-hop strike to Woody Hayden. His shortstop applied the tag, prevents the second consecutive extra base hit, keeps a runner out of scoring position. Credit a single 9-6 the putout. That's the second out here in the top of the fifth. And after the home run, an incredible bounce back there for the Red Sox defense as Montgomery shows off that right cannon. Here's Dylan Goldstein, another hitter with power at a home run yesterday. First pitch, fastball. It missed the outside corner.
They should put those two at-bats next to each other and say this is why the Cape League is the best summer collegiate league in baseball.
We're having fun today.
I mean, we just saw Brady Montgomery throw somebody out on a ball that one-hopped the wall, and DeMartini's second home run.
1-0. Fastball missed a little low, maybe shaved that outside corner, but Joseph Labella said it missed away. Count 2-0.
Montgomery is in right, and the bullpen for Brewster is talking to him, and he just shrugged his shoulders and said, that's what I do.
2-0. Half swing, a slider running towards his back foot. He went around. Count 2-1. That was a gross offering from the UCLA right-hander Jewett. Luke hasn't really been touched up for much this summer. When he's gotten into trouble, it's been the walks. He hasn't really been hit around, but I don't think anyone could get Carson DeMartini out right now.
I think you walk him next time he comes up. You have to.
2-1. Swinging a ground ball right side of the infield. Johnny Long, the first baseman, plays the long hop and throws to his pitcher Jewett, covering in plenty of time. That retires the side. A fairly eventful half inning here in South Yarmouth as Carson DeMartini hits his fourth home run in his last 5 at-bats dating back to yesterday. He has single-handedly put Brewster ahead in Game 2. We're halfway home here at Red Wilson Field. Brewster 2, Red Sox 1 on the Red Sox Baseball Network.
Hey fans, Debenheim is the official website development company of the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. They designed and developed our website and help us with marketing to bring more fans to the games and more visitors to our website. Debenheim helps organizations generate more leads and maximize their marketing budget. Check out Debenheim.com to learn more and be sure to like Debenheim on Facebook. That's DEVADIGM.com. Debenheim.com.
Well, the playoffs are where legends are born. And we are witnessing history unfold here in this round. Carson DeMartini has single-handedly outscored the Red Sox all to his own today. He's got 2 solo home runs. The Red Sox have scored just 1 today against Ryan Ure. 2-1 game, bottom 5 getting underway. Cole Carrick, the top of the Red Sox order, switch hitter batting right against the lefty Ryan Ure. First pitch. Carrick rips one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Played over towards the corner by Fisher. Carrick's going to try for second. The throw is cut off and no relay by DeMartini. Carrick slides head first. He's got a leadoff double and a good start for the Red Sox, trying to answer down 1-0 in this best of 3. Their backs against the wall now with Brewster taking the lead in the top of this inning. And a good way to counter, perhaps, after Carrick's leadoff double as they'll try to get even. Another switch hitter, Woody Hayden, again batting right against Ure, will hit with a man on second and nobody out.
Well, one thing that Whitey did well in the third is when they fell behind Carson DeMartini, I mean the Brewster Whitecaps 1-0, they were able to score another run, Sam. And so an opportunity to do the same and punch back and even this game up with a leadoff double.
A look to second, Ure steps off, doesn't throw. Hayden today, a single in 2 trips. He's also stolen a couple of bases. The corner infielders come in. Hayden is an accomplished bunter. Squares, first pitch is bunted left to the mound. Fielded by the third baseman, LaRusso. Throw to first, not in time. Hayden beat it out. Carrick up to third. A bunt single for Woody Hayden, who continues to notch the multi-hit games in the playoffs. His fourth straight in Game 4 of these playoffs. He now has 10 hits in 17 at-bats to begin the postseason. The table is set for Braden Montgomery, another switch hitter, and one with power. Drove in the Red Sox lone run in this game with a bouncing ball single. That was back in the bottom of the third.
No one up in that Brewster bullpen, so this is Ryan Year's inning. But how about Woody Hayden and the bunting performance he has put on, Sam? I mean, they have been excellent bunts. And with his speed at first, don't be surprised if he's off and running.
When he singled in the first, he stole both second and third. You're staring at him. Brings the first pitch home, swinging a high fly ball, popped up foul. It gets well back out of play. The count 0-1 on Montgomery. For Carrick, going back to his double. That was his 6th double of the summer. Can you believe it? Carrick hit .329 in the regular season. He had just 7 extra base hits. 5 were doubles. That's his first double of the postseason. He stands at third, the tying run, with nobody out. Hayden on at first, the go-ahead run in a 2-1 game, bottom 5, no outs. 0-1. Taken low, a fastball, and Montgomery levels the count 1-1. Braden has been a run-producing machine for YD. This is his 22nd game of the summer. He has driven in 22 runs with his RBI single in the third. And they picked off Hayden. He was running on the pitch, and now they caught him hung up, and he's going to get second base. Mendham never got rid of the baseball as Carrick took a few steps off third, and smartly so, as Mendham moved towards third base, faked a throw. Hayden moves to second, a stolen base on the pickoff.
And really give the stolen base to Cole Carrick. If he doesn't fake like he's coming home, Mendham goes to second, and Hayden is a dead duck. But instead, Carrick's heads-up base running to bluff like he's taken home gives Hayden a stolen base.
The infield comes in, a 1-1 count, 2 in scoring position, no outs. On its way. Chopper towards third, it's foul. Heading towards the Red Sox dugout, the count 1-2 on that changeup.
Got great speed on the base paths right now, Sam, with Hayden and Carrick. We'll see if Montgomery can push one past the infield. If he does, 2 runs should score with ease.
Montgomery has struck out today, a more susceptible strikeout from the right side of the home plate. From the right side of home plate. Behind 1-2. You're out of the full windup. Half swing, change up away. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Mike Beal. Montgomery successfully checks his swing and runs the count to 2-2. And Carson DiMartini, the shortstop for Brewster, is going to come in and chat with his tall left-hander. Brief conversation before heading back to his position. We'll see what kind of shenanigans Brewster wants to put on here. 2 in scoring position. DiMartini now playing about midway, with the rest of the infield playing in.
Check a throwback to second. Hayden's taking an enormous lead, and DiMartini is playing behind him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Chopper off of Montgomery's inner leg. Another foul ball. The count remains 2-2.
The Red Sox have been able to hit Ryan Ure. They have 9 hits on the board, Sam, but just 1 run to show for it. You feel like you need more production out of YD.
And that Carrick double to begin this inning is the only extra base hit. Another 2-2. Swinging a foul. Carved down the right field line. We'll do it again. Outfield playing fairly deep. All the way across, straight up for Montgomery, who had 3 home runs in the regular season. They all came from the other side of the plate. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. He threw out a runner on the base paths in the last half inning. Trying to help out on the offensive side. With 2 in scoring position in a 2-1 game. Another 2-2. Swinging a fly ball towards left center, hit well. Lasco moving to his right. He dives, he can't make the catch. It's 1 hop to the wall. It's going to score a pair. Here comes Hadeen in standing up to second. A 2-run double. Braden Montgomery, he gives the Red Sox the lead. It's 3-2. Brewster made that a little bit of a closer play with a nice relay, but Hadeen just runs too well. Lashko, an all-out dive to left center, a good layout there, and a good backup by Cam Fisher to get that ball in quickly. But Montgomery's double, it scores 2. He's got 3 RBIs today. So if you're doing the tally, it's Carson DiMartini 2, Braden Montgomery 3. He stands at second. Red Sox lead 3-2, no outs to the 5th. Johnny Long, a right-hand hitter. First pitch. Swinging in a foul, carves it down the right field line.
And that's how you kind of expect the playoffs to go, Sam. Your best players playing their best baseball, and that's what this Game 2 has been. The regular season MVP for Brewster, DiMartini, once again putting on a show with his 2 fireworks. And Braden Montgomery has all 3 RBIs.
0-1. Fouled back to the net. Breaking ball that Long got a piece of. Count 0-2 on Johnny. Johnny today has struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. Johnny, the Red Sox leader in home runs, hit 1 yesterday. Has 2 in this postseason, 7 total between the regular season and postseason. No other Red Sox has more than 3. And his home run yesterday off of Carson Liggett was no cheapie. 0-2 in the dirt, a changeup, nice block by Atkinson. And Montgomery chased back to second base. Count 1-2 on Long out of Long Beach State, who likes to hit him a long ways. See, it just writes itself, Carlo.
It really does.
Perhaps another long ball to extend the Red Sox 3-2 lead. A nice bounce back performance in this 5th inning after Brewster took a 2-1 lead. A look to second as Montgomery was dancing off the base. No throw, though. Someone's up and throwing a right-hander in the Brewster dugout. In the Brewster bullpen, check that. 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball foul over towards that Brewster bullpen, out of play. Maybe Nick Piero?
There's an 8 as the second number.
Well, let's do some independent research here. Nick Piero wears number 28. Are my eyes that good?
They are. They are. You ate your carrots as a kid. I have no idea how you see that. I couldn't see it with the binoculars. But Sam
It's
Lebowitz,
obscured by the fencing on that batting cage that the Red Sox have down the right field line as well. I guess I'm just that good. 1-2. Swinging a foul tip. Just got a piece. Did Johnny Long on a changeup. Count remains 1-2. Runner on second. 3-2 Red Sox lead. Montgomery's 2-run double gave them that lead here in this bottom of the 5th. He's still out there at second. Still nobody out. Carrick led off the frame with a double. Hadeen a bunt single. Stole second on a pickoff. And Montgomery drove them both home with the second extra base hit of the frame. Another right-hand hitter in the on-deck circle in Homer Bush. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Backdoor curveball. Long swung through it. It's the 6th strikeout for Ryan Ure. And the first out of this 5th frame. Red Sox lead 3-2 with 1 away.
Whitey's kind of been the kryptonite of Ryan Ure. He's only given up 7 total runs this summer, Sam. 6 of them have been scored by these Whitey Red Sox, including a total of 15 hits.
He struck out Bush twice. First pitch to him. Down and away, a fastball. Lots of speed at home plate. Good speed out at second. Something towards the gap will score Montgomery. He gets faster as he gets moving. 1-0. Swinging a foul. Bush laid on a fastball and carved it towards the concession stands. The count is 1-1 to Homer. And we're possibly running out of opportunities, Carlo, for a homer. Hasn't hit one yet this summer.
That wouldn't be a bad time.
6'4" and strong. More of a speed threat this summer. Guy who's only got 3 extra base hits all summer long. Mostly a singles hitter, but maybe 1-1. Fastball low and in. Count 2-1. Well, the Red Sox, if they can't hold this lead, they'd go home today. A loss means they're eliminated. In this best of 3, they lost yesterday in game 1. Trying to force a third game, it would be tomorrow at 3:30 in Brewster. Same situation that the Hyannis Harbor Hawks find themselves in the West. 2-1. Swinging a foul again. Back behind home plate. The count 2-2 as Bush down to a knee on the backswing. 1 out, runner on second. 2 runs home. Red Sox lead 3-2, bottom 5. And a 2-2 count on Bush. Harbor Hawks losing yesterday in Bourne in game 1 of the Western Division Finals by a score of 4-3. That series shifts to Hyannis tonight. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Caught him reaching on a changeup running down and away. Defensive hack by Bush. He comes up empty. Back-to-back strikeouts after the 2 RBI double, the 7th for Ryan Ure. And now Hayden Schott will hit with a runner on second and 2 out in a 3-2 game. Schott today has twice grounded out to shortstop. Another hitter with power. Bush set aside on strikes for the 3rd time. First pitch lifted in the air to center. Lasco started in, now going back. It's over his head. 1 hop to the wall. In around third comes Montgomery. Stopping with a long single is Hayden Schott on a good relay in from Lasco in that shallow center field. Red Sox lead 4-2, a 3-run frame for YD. And Schott didn't miss a home run by a lot. That ball short hopped the fence. Lasco got it in very quickly. And looks like Jamie Shevchik has seen enough from his left-hander out of Oklahoma State. The tall 6'7" Ryan Ure looks like he'll depart with 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox have scored 3 in this frame. RBIs for Montgomery and Schott. And Nick Piero, the right-hander out of Seton Hall, will come in and replace his teammate on the bump to face Gunnar Antillion. We'll take a quick break, introduce you to him when we come back. A 4-2 Red Sox lead here in game 2 of round 2. We'll take a quick break. New right-hander on the mound for the Brewster Whitecaps as they dip into their bullpen for the first time today. It's the righty out of Seton Hall, Nick Piero. who makes his third appearance on the summer since joining the Whitecaps out of the NECBL. He'd been pitching with the Ocean State Waves for the second consecutive summer with Brewster. He's allowed just a run over 4 1/3 innings. Last time he pitched was in Game 2 of Round 1 against Harwich. Through the final 2 1/3 in that game scoreless, picked up the save. Righty out of Seton Hall, a Monroe, New Jersey native. With a runner on first, Red Sox leading 4-2, a 3-run frame, knocking Ryan Ure out. He faces Gunnar Antillian. Right-hand hitter against the right-hand pitcher. Antillian's 2 for 2. First pitch. Swinging a grounder up the third baseline. It's fair. Shot heading on his way to third. He will make it there with a feet-first slide up to second with a stand-up double is Gunnar Antillian, who has seen 3 pitches today and is 3 for 3. And the Red Sox, bottom of their order, these final 3 spots are 6 out of 7, and they'll try to keep this going. Caden Connor has a pair of hits today.
Anytime the 7, 8, 9 hitters can produce, it is a good sign for the rest of your lineup. And all Caden Connor, Gunnar Antillian, and Fernando Gonzalez have done is produce today.
So Pereiro throws 1 pitch, finds himself in a sticky situation. A base hit could extend this 4-2 Red Sox lead 2 more. Left-hand hitter Connor. First pitch. Taken high, a fastball. Pereiro's first outing of the summer came against these Whitey Red Sox. For Brewster, he threw 2 innings in a 2-2 tie on August 2nd. That was the final game of the regular season for Brewster. The one before that makeup game against Chatham that finished YD's summer. Gave up a run in that over 2 innings, 1-0. Fastball, it hits the outside corner. The count 1-1 on Connor. Open base here, Fernando Gonzalez, a right-hand hitter to follow. Good speed on at second with Antillian. Should be able to score on any base hit to the outfield with 2 out. 3 runs already home in this bottom of the 5th with 2 out. The 1-1. Swinging a pop-up, third base side. LaRusso in foul territory. He's under it. He makes the one-hand catch, and that retires the side. But a productive frame for a Red Sox team. They turn a 2-1 deficit into a 4-2 lead. Braden Montgomery a 2 RBI double. Hayden Schott adds an RBI single. We move on to the 6th here at Red Wilson Field in Game 2 of the semifinals. Red Sox leading 4-2. Red Sox 4, Carson DiMartini 2. His pair of solo home runs, the only offense for Brewster. They took a 2-1 lead on his second home run. That came against Luke Jewett in the 5th against this right-hander for YD. The Red Sox came back and scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th, and they hold a 4-2 lead here in Game 2 of the Eastern Division Championship Series. Curtis Byrne, Cam Fisher, Davis Diaz, 4 through 6 in this top of the 6th against Luke Jewett, Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. Right-hand hitter Byrne against the right-hand pitcher Jewett. First pitch home. Slider swung on and fouled off down the right field line. Byrne today, a single and a ground ball to second.
It's been such a different postseason series between these two teams than the regular season 6-game series, Sam. You think about during the regular season.
As the 0-1 is spiked, the fastball that bounces all the way to the backstop, 1-1.
It was all about the pitching. Neither team scored more than 5 runs. Most of the games were 2-0, 3-0. And in these first 2 games, this game and a half, it's been all about the bats.
A 1-1 tie and a 2-2 tie. Really, I think the most memorable of those games they played. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Dean can't make the play as it goes on by him and into center field. A leadoff single for Curtis Byrne, his second single in 3 trips today. The leadoff man aboard for Brewster, who will try to cut into this 4-2 deficit.
18 combined hits between these two teams already. When in the regular season, we saw each team get shut out 1 time.
We didn't see a single home run in 6 regular season games between these two teams, who finished at the bottom of the league in total home runs. We saw 5 home runs hit yesterday and 2 more today. First pitch to Cam Fisher, a fastball low.
And if you're Jewett, you want to keep this lead at 2 runs for YD. You can't go back to the seesaw with Brewster. Start to take some control.
A scoreless inning here would go a long way for YD, a shutdown frame, so to speak. 1-0. Fisher swings and fouls it back to the net. Count 1-1. Infield shifts to the right on the left-hand hitter. Cam today has a strikeout. He also popped out to Fernando Gonzalez behind the plate. Byrne not a threat to run at first. The DH today, but a catcher when he's out in the field. Does not have a stolen base this summer. A ball and a strike to Fisher. Swinging a rope towards right field. Montgomery's going to play it on a hop. A base hit in front of him. On a line drive to right field. Back-to-back singles against Jewett to begin the 6th inning. And Brewster, after falling behind 4-2, they're threatening with nobody away. And Davis Diaz, a right-hand hitter, to come.
See if action starts to brew in the Whitey bullpen. Jewett has faced 6 batters so far, Sam, and he's given up 4 hits, but LaRusso was thrown out trying to advance to second on a nice play by Montgomery, and Wright really hasn't been a very clean outing for the all-star reliever for YD.
Cole Carrig and Fernando Gonzalez will chat with him on the mound. YD infielder in from second, Gonzalez out from behind the plate. Go over defensive positioning. Should Davis Diaz maybe bunt here? As Johnny Long, the first baseman, has 2 feet planted on the infield grass. Gunnar Antillion playing on the lip of the grass over at third. Middle infielders playing back. Diaz today has flown out deep to left and walked. Out of Vanderbilt. Had 3 extra base hits in the regular season. All of them were home runs. Not a big guy, but he's got some sock in his bat. First pitch, a look to second just to see if perhaps Diaz was bunting. Didn't show anything.
Well, if Diaz can successfully put down a bunt, you move the tying runs both into scoring position with just 1 out.
Bottom of the order to follow. This is the 6th spot. First pitch, not bunting, and it's in the dirt. A changeup. And a good block by Fernando Gonzalez. Got a catcher in the on-deck circle in Chase Atkinson. So if you can keep a force in order, maybe a double play candidate. 1 ball, no strikes. On its way. Slider bounced foul right at home plate off of Diaz's leg. Diaz has started the playoffs with 3 hits and 12 at-bats before going hitless in his first 2 plate appearances today. Pittsburgh, California native. Doesn't strike out a ton, but you'd like one here if you were Jewett. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike, and it's nubbed out in front of the plate. This will work as a bunt if the Red Sox can convert it out. Johnny Long gets back to the first base bag in time. They get the out at first, but it does work like a sacrifice as the swing and bunt from Diaz moves the runners to second and third with 1 out, 4-2 Red Sox here in the top of the 6th. And here's Chase Atkinson, the catcher. A ground out. He also lined out to right field, was robbed on kind of an awkward sliding play by Braden Montgomery.
Now Jewett's got to buckle down. The pressure really mounting. You can feel it in the air here, Sam. Red Wilson has drawn silent with 2 in scoring position.
Could hear a pin drop. Red Sox lead 4-2. Brewster threatening. First pitch. Fastball taken low. Left-hand hitter on deck, and David Mendham, a guy with power. Atkinson, the backup catcher for Brewster. Hit .229 in the regular season without a home run. He's the go-ahead run at the plate out of Oklahoma State. Jewett's 1-0, swinging a foul up the first baseline. Heading back towards the concession stands, the count 1-1. Another hot and humid, windy day here in Center Cape. Similar conditions to yesterday in Brewster. Conditions that benefited the Whitecaps, who hit 4 home runs in a 6-3 win in Game 1 of this playoff series, a best-of-3. 1-1. Line drive, left center field. That's a base hit. Connor plays it on 1 hop. In from third comes Byrne. Around from third and scoring is Fisher. A 2-run single by Chase Atkinson. And we're knotted up again. It's 4-4 here in the top of the 6th. The Red Sox grabbing the lead, and Brewster with 3 hits in a span of 4 batters to begin the 6th. It's 4-4. Still no action in the Red Sox bullpen behind Jewett, who clearly doesn't really have his A-plus stuff. That's already the 5th hit since he took over to begin the 5th. First 2 playoff RBIs for Atkinson. 5th overall after 3 in the regular season. First pitch to Mendham, rolled right side, going to find space, a base hit in a right. Turning at second, heading to third is Atkinson. The throw on its way to third is a little bit late from Braden Montgomery. Another hit off of Luke Jewett puts the go-ahead run at third with 1 out. They're at the corners for the Brewster Whitecaps. Brings up the 9-hole hitter Ryan Lasko, a righty.
This is a big at-bat here. Lasko is 0 for 2 today, but awaiting on deck is the untouchable man, Carson DiMartini, who's got 4 home runs in his last 24 hours of baseball. And so if Jewett loads him up here, you kind of have decision time with DiMartini. You would love to be able to turn 2. Lasko's got good speed, though, with 13 stolen bases, or work a strikeout, and then maybe you walk him loaded when DiMartini comes up to the plate. But decision time for YD, and can Jewett work out of the high-pressure situation, keep this game tied?
Atkinson at third, the go-ahead run. Mendham at first. Neither are fast. First one to Lasko. He squares to bunt, pushes it up the first baseline. It's foul. Only by a couple of feet. Trying to squeeze home this go-ahead run for Brewster. Instead, it's an eventful strike 1.
And we talked about YD's lack of extra base hits, and they're 12 on the board. Of the 9 for Brewster, the 2 home runs by DiMartini are the only extra base hits for them.
Jamie Shevchuk will talk to his Rutgers right-handed hitter. Down the third baseline is Sean Gamlin, who pitched yesterday for YD, has started to throw in the bullpen.
And if Gamer were to come in and face DiMartini, you're looking at power versus power there.
DiMartini hit a double, a long double off Gamer yesterday in the 8th inning. Lasko runs well. A right-hand hitter, if he hits something hard at an infielder, you think you have a pretty good chance to turn a pair. Tie game 4-4, top 6. 0-1. Swinging a laced ball towards left center. It's going to hang up for Caden Connor, who dives. It clanks off his glove. It'll score Atkinson from third. Heading to third, and stopping there is Mendham. On to second is Lasko. He notches an RBI double. As Connor couldn't come up with it on the diving attempt, it scores the go-ahead run. Each team trading 3 spots. Red Sox with 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Brewster with 3 in the top of the 6th. They're still not done. And here is Carson DiMartini, who has a pair of home runs today, had a pair of home runs yesterday. An empty base at first. We will see what Scott Pickler does. Do you pitch to him? No indication that they're not. He took Jewett deep to begin the 5th. 2 solo home runs out of the leadoff spot today. Infield playing it back. Brewster leads 5-4. First pitch is fouled straight back. Got a fastball. DiMartini shaking his head. A red-hot hitter knows he got one to hit there. And Jewett continues to surrender the base hits. And now they'll walk him on an 0-1 count. Scott Pickler didn't like the look that DiMartini gave on that first swing. Knows he's locked in. Maybe he was thinking that perhaps if he looked a little worse for wear in this at-bat, they would pitch to him. But a good first pitch offering on that foul back, and they'll load the bases for Nick LaRusso, a switch hitter, rather a right-hand hitter. Not a very fast guy. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3 runs home. Brewster has retaken a 5-4 lead. Jewett needs a strikeout, a double play perhaps. First pitch, line towards left center field again. That's a base hit. That's going to score 2 more. It takes a high hop. Caden Gunner has to play it in, and 2 score. Up to third, stopping there is DiMartini. Brewster has a 5 spot in this top of the 6th. They lead 7-4, and they look ready to send Whitey home.
I mean, everything Jewett throws to the plate has been hit into left center field. Caden Connor has been running all day. Made a nice play there to avoid that one from going to the wall. Probably would have scored a third batter in DiMartini. Instead holds the damage to just 2. But Sam, things really falling apart under the right arm of the Red Sox best pitcher out of the bullpen.
He'd been their bullpen ace all summer long out of UCLA. An impressive pitcher, an all-star for YD. His ERA on the summer sat just above 2. But it's inflated here in his second playoff appearance. He's allowed 5 in this 6th. He's still out there. He faces Dylan Goldstein, another hitter with power. 7-4 your score. Runners on the corners, 1 out. First pitch, fastball. It missed a little low.
The only out of this inning is that tapper by Davis Diaz, in which he was maybe putting down a bunt, did his job trying to move the runners over.
He's the only hitter in this inning besides DiMartini, who was intentionally walked, who didn't have a base hit. 1-0. Ripped foul up the first baseline. Out ahead of a slider.
And maybe the thinking here is you don't have great speed at first with Lusso or Goldstein at the plate. A ground ball could induce a double play to end the bleeding.
Jewett has been a strikeout artist as well this summer and just hasn't been missing bats in this outing. 1-1. Fastball away, throw back to third. Now they caught the runner in a rundown. He's heading home. Gonzalez will tag him out at home plate. That's DiMartini. Red Sox getting out on the base paths and take a runner off of third base. Advancing to second on the play is LaRusso. That's the second out. 7-4 Brewster. Count 2-1 on Dylan Goldstein.
Where would the Whitey Red Sox be without Fernando Gonzalez? He has been as terrific as they come behind home plate, inducing an out there and giving his pitcher Luke Jewett an opportunity to get through this frame with 2 outs on the board.
2 balls and a strike. Runner on second, 2 out. On its way. Popped up on the infield towards the mound. Jewett is calling. It's Johnny Long, the biggest glove on the infield, makes the catch right behind the mound on the infield, and that retires the side. But damage done for Brewster. They take a commanding lead. They lead 7-4 after a 5 spot on the Red Sox best reliever. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox will need to rally soon. A loss sends them home. They lose. It's over. They trail 7-4. A new arm on the mound for Brewster, who has taken a commanding lead. A 7-4 score after they tallied 5 runs to flip YD's 4-2 lead into a 7-4 deficit. Now YD goes to work against Ryan Packard out of Dayton. The righty makes his first appearance of the playoffs, pitched to a 2.16 ERA in 6 relief outings in the regular season. Out of Oneonta, New York, he faces the bottom of the Red Sox lineup, 9 followed by 1 and 2. Fernando Gonzalez right on right. First pitch, a slider ripped foul heading down the left field line and heads towards the Red Sox bullpen. Red Sox got a 4-2 lead, but Brewster putting a hit parade together against Luke Jewett in the top of this 6th inning. 0-1. Swung on and fouled the other way, down the right field line and out of play. The count 0-2 quickly to Gonzalez, who's got a single and 2 trips today. 6 hits in 9 batters, with an intentional walk mixed in there for Brewster in the top of this 6th inning. 0-2, curveball, and it hits him right off that front elbow, guarded by a red elbow guard by Fernando Gonzalez. He takes the hit by pitch. Packard tried to throw the curveball there, and instead hits his batter. Gonzalez down to first with a hit by pitch to lead off the 6th inning. Immediate work in the bullpen behind Packard. Will Hearn, a left-hander, has gotten to work out of the University of San Francisco. And Cole Carrig, switch hitter, will bat left for the first time today.
And if you're YD, you don't have to press here. Yes, it's the bottom of the 6th. You're down 3 runs. We got plenty of outs to work with to try to come back in this game.
First pitch, curveball, looping one, and missed up and away. Count 1-0 to Carrig, and those last 2 curveballs, the one that hit Gonzalez and that first one to Carrig, neither convincingly good. It's the bottom of the 6th. Red Sox trail 7-4. They do need to rally at some point because a loss today sends them home. 1-0, a high fastball, and Packard falls behind 2-0. Game 2 of this best of 3. Red Sox lost by 3 runs yesterday in Brewster, a 6-3 final. Trailing by 3 right now, 7-4. Trying to push this to a 3rd game in this best of 3 if they can come back and win. 2-0. Fastball for a called strike on the outside corner. Wind is blowing out. High-octane offensive series. Both have been entertaining ball games. Saw 5 home runs hit, 4 of those for Brewster yesterday. 2 more today. 4 of the home runs hit in this series off the bat of Carson DiMartini. 2-1. Lifted in the air to center. That's it well. That goes Lasco. Runs out of room at the wall. Forget it. And Cole Carrig gets 2 back instantly for YD with his first home run as a left-hand batter all summer long. It's 7-6.
The answer you needed if you're the Red Sox. You get Gonzalez on. Carrig with his 2nd home run of the summer, his first since day 1. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run game here at Red Wilson Field, and that's going to do it for Ryan Packard.
He faces 2 batters. He gets ahead of Gonzalez 0-2, hits him on an 0-2 curveball, falls behind Carrig, and surrenders a laser beam 2-run home run that felt like it barely got off the ground to straightaway center, and you knew it off the bat. In this ballpark, only 352 feet away to center, it was going to leave, and Ryan Lasco ran out of room very quickly. Will Hearn, the lefty, heading to the University of San Francisco from Siena College, will take over on the mound and face the middle of the Red Sox order. Woody Hayden, the 2 spot, coming to bat for YD. We'll take a quick break before introducing you to Hearn as the YD Red Sox now trail just 7-6 here at the bottom of the 6th. Well, if you like offense, lots to like today. Red Sox getting 2 back immediately after Brewster scored 5 to take the lead in the top of the 6th. 2 batters into the bottom of the 6th. Cole Carrig, a 2-run homer to get him back. Ryan Packard leaves. Will Hearn enters, heading to the University of San Francisco to finish up his eligibility. Played 4 years for Siena College. Left-hand pitcher against Woody Hayden. Switch hitter batting right. First pitch, fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. And Hearn is new to this Brewster lineup. Has pitched just once this summer. No times in the playoffs so far. 1-0. Down and in. Count 2-0 on Hayden, who has a pair of singles and 3 trips today.
This is the hottest batter in the lineup for YD. Hayden with 5 straight multiple hit games.
2 balls and no strikes to him. Fastball in for a called strike on the outside corner. The count 2-1 on Woody, who's also stolen 3 bases today. So a guy you want to get on base because as the tying run, a threat to get moving. 2-1. Line drive, caught on a dive by DeMartini. Picked it up in the air. And he is putting on a show today on both sides of the ball. 2 home runs on the offensive side. He keeps Hayden off the base paths with a diving catch on that line drive. The first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now Braden Montgomery to hit. Another switch hitter, another right-hand hitter. Braden today has a pair of hits, including a 2 RBI double. He's driven in 3. Both his hits coming as a right-hand hitter. There again, first pitch. Bounce towards short, 2 hops for DeMartini. Plays at shoulder height, long throw to first in time. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Hearn after falling behind Woody Hayden. And now with 2 out, nobody on, Johnny Long to hit. Another right-hand hitter, another power hitter, guy who homered yesterday, has 2 home runs in this playoff. Chance to tie the ball game with 1 swing if he can get into one. Has 7 home runs total this summer. First pitch is foul tipped at home plate.
And if Johnny were able to get a handle of 1 more, he would lead the Cape in home runs with 8.
Quite the arc for him as a character this season because he struggled early in the summer, but has turned it on late. 0-1, up and away, a fastball. He's been one of 4 position players that has lasted all summer on the Red Sox roster. Cole Carrig, one of those, who homered earlier in this inning. Caden Connor, one of the others, 1-1, is ripped towards left center field. That's a base hit. It'll split the gap. It'll go to the wall. Another extra base hit in this game as Long heads to second. He beats the throw with a feet-first slide, a 2-out double for Johnny Long.
Well, you bring the tying run into scoring position for Homer Bush Jr., but we'll see if we have a pinch hitter here. We might be seeing a new batter. And it's
looks
Zack
like
Lou.
it. Zack Lou.
And I think because, Sam, if you peek down that bullpen, Cole Carrig was up and pitching. And so if Carrig does come to pitch, Lou would probably come in for him at second base.
But that creates an issue on the infield because, or in the outfield, because you're taking Bush out.
Maybe we see
Hayden Shaw would probably have to go into the field.
Yeah, we've seen him play the outfield
We've seen
before.
him play the outfield. So we'll see what is going on here with Zack Lou, a right-hand hitter who pinch hits for Homer Bush with the tying run at second, bottom 6, 2 out. Cal State Fullerton product hitting for the first time this postseason. First pitch misses down and in.
Yeah, Big West at second, Big West at the plate, and Lou looking for an RBI.
Lou was just a 132 hitter in the regular season, but he finished stronger. Finished 5 for his last 12 after starting 0 for 26. Looking for his first hit of the postseason with the tying run at second. Long being held on at second by Davis Diaz. 1-0 in the dirt. A good block by Atkinson. Count 2-0 on Zack Lou. Trying to drive the tying run home. If he can't, but finds his way aboard, Hayden Shaw, a left-hand hitter to follow. Mike Bovey also has a bat, the fourth of those position players who has stayed all summer for YD. 2-0. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, and it's inside. Count 3-0 to Lou. Lou not a power guy. Just one home run this season for Cal State Fullerton. Did not have a home run in either of his summers for YD this year and last. 3-0. Low for ball 4. That is something he does well, work a count. He takes a 4-pitch walk and stands at first, the potential go-ahead run. And Hayden Schott, a hitter with power, will try to do something with this 2-out potential run-scoring situation. Long at second, Lou at first. Schott one-hop the fence in center, a long single that drove home a run back in that 3-run 5th inning. 2 runs already home in this 6th inning. Red Sox still trailing by a single tally, 7-6 Brewster. First pitch left on left. Swinging a pop-up, heading down the third baseline. LaRussa running, but watches it land just out of play. Another new pitcher in the bullpen getting warm. Kyle Kramer, a righty out of the University of Central Florida, is getting going behind Hearn.
And if we see Kramer, that would be the 5th pitcher. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brewster using a lot of their bullpen today.
0-1. Fouled straight back. Got a good cut on that fastball, but Schott falls behind 0-2.
That could have implications if YD can force a game 3 tomorrow. Of course, Pereiro and Packard didn't pitch a whole lot coming in for Ure. But still, going back-to-back days, something guys aren't used to.
We saw Carson Liggett and Jack Stroud each throw 3 innings in relief yesterday. 0-2. Popped up, third base side. LaRussa in foul territory. Looks like he has room. Backpedaling, makes the catch one-handed. And that retires the side. Red Sox get 2 back and fail to score more. Stranding 2 aboard. Cole Carrig, his first home run of the postseason, gets this game closer. Brewster still leads. It's 7-6 as we head to the 7th.
Fans, it's time for our 6th inning trivia question brought to you by Coxswain Media and Pixie 103, Cape Cod's Rock. We'll give you today's question. Answer the question before next home game by going to YDRedSox.com/trivia. Answer correctly, and you're eligible to win a YD Red Sox game jersey signed by the 2022 YD Red Sox team. Today's trivia question: which former YD Red Sox player led the American League in steals in 2017 and 2018 and led the Major League in steals in 2021? Submit your answer at YDRedSox.com/trivia. Good luck. 7th inning is coming your way. In a 7-6 game, we have seen a total of 25 hits between the Brewster Whitecaps and the YD Red Sox in an elimination game here at Red Wilson Field. Curtis Byrne, the right-handed batter, to lead things off against the righty Jewett. First pitch, fastball, paints the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike. Byrne, Fisher, Diaz due up. That's 4, 5, and 6 for Brewster, who put up a 5 spot in the top of the 6th on Jewett. 0-1. Byrne slices a fastball down the right field line, foul. No balls and 2 strikes. And to our surprise, Sam, Jewett remaining out there despite facing 9 batters and giving up 5 runs.
I don't have an answer for you, Carlo, if you're asking why.
0-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball and a strikeout. Down goes Curtis Byrne. There's the first strikeout for Luke Jewett. If there's one thing we've come to learn this postseason, it's that sometimes Scott Pickler makes decisions that don't look good right now, but post-game seemed like genius moves. You think about Grant Taylor coming in game 1 against Orleans when YD's down 10-3. Everybody raised their eyebrows, and it worked out. We'll see if this decision works out too. Opening offering to the lefty, Fisher. He skies one into center field, a mile-high pop-up. Cole Carrick playing center, takes 3 steps back, makes the catch. 2 away on 1 pitch. And Zack, who's pinch hit in that 6th inning, now playing second. Carrick moves to center for Homer Bush Jr. 2 gone quickly. Here's Davis Diaz, and after not being able to get 2 outs till he faced 8 batters in the 6th, Luke Jewett has faced 2 batters in the 7th and sat down 2 in a row.
That's baseball. No rhyme or reason to a lot of this stuff. Sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles, so to speak.
Opening offering to the righty. Fastball misses up and away. The wind howling out to left. The trees dancing in center. Only player up in that bullpen for YD is superfan Brady. And even though he's wearing a YD uniform, he can't pitch. Here's the 1-0. Fastball. Paints the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-6 Brewster leads. We saw a whole lot of offense in the last 2 frames. Combined 11 runs. 1-1. Fastball zips on the outer edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, we'll try to recap. Both teams scoring in the 3rd. Carson DeMartini a solo home run. Brady Montgomery a single. Then DeMartini another solo home run in the 5th. 1-2. Fastball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the bottom of the 5th, Brady Montgomery had a 2 RBI double, and another run came home. Montgomery scored on a Hayden shot single. So YD had a lead 4-2. 2-2. Slider misses away. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Diaz. Then we went to the top of the 6th inning, and that's where Luke Jewett gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, mostly singles, 1 double in that frame for Brewster. They took a 7-4 lead. 3-2. Diaz chops one over to third. Third baseman Antillian on the backhand. Throw across the diamond. Gets by Johnny Long and goes out of play. On to second goes Davis Diaz after that ball skips by Johnny Long. They'll mark it an error on Gunnar Antillian. And there's 2 outs with a runner in scoring position. Diaz reaches in the top of the 7th inning. And then Cole Carrick pokes a home run out to straightaway center off the end of his bat in the bottom of the 6th, and that made it a one-run game. You got all that?
I was here.
Okay.
But yeah, got all that. I think you laid it out nicely, Carl. Thank you very much.
Oh, anytime. A lot of offenses happen. Chase Atkinson, a right-handed batter, looks on. Rest the bat on the right shoulder. Runner at second, 2 gone. First pitch, Atkinson comes out swinging, bloops it down the right field line. That hangs up there, lands fair, right down in front of the right fielder, Montgomery. Rounding third, scoring is Diaz. He was off with 2 outs. On to first is Chase Atkinson, who has his 3rd RBI, a bloop single down the right field line. And Brewster adds another run on the board. It's 8-6. Pickler's out of the pen. Who is he going to bring in? Nobody's up in that bullpen. It might be Cole Carrick time.
Both Carrick and Montgomery had thrown a little bit in the bullpen, so we'll see which direction he goes with. I think Montgomery.
Braden comes in from right, and he will take the baseball atop the mound. We're in the top of the 7th. Brewster adds a singleton. They lead 8-6 on a bloop single. Doesn't get more bloop than that. Chase Atkinson finds no man's land down the right field line to make it 8-6 here at Red Wilson Field. We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field, an elimination game for the YD Red Sox. Win or go home. And right now, YD trailing by 2 as we welcome you in to the top of the 7th. We hit resume with a runner at first and 2 outs and a new pitcher on the mound. It's Braden Montgomery in from right field, the two-way player out of Stanford, making his 5th appearance of the summer. Montgomery has pitched once in the playoffs. That came last week, in which he recorded the final 3 outs in Game 1 of the YD and Orleans series. We're in round 2. Braden with a 1.8 ERA in his 5 innings of work. And he faces the lefty, David Mendham. First pitch home. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Going to see a lot of speed from Montgomery. Fastball gets up to 96. Also a slider and a changeup mixed in. Mendham is 2 for 3 today with a single and a run. Inning at first is Atkinson after his RBI single to make it 8-6. Brewster 1-0. Fastball, Mendham curls straight back over the netting, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. A hot, humid day, but the wind has died down slightly, Sam. We'll see if balls continue to carry. In for Montgomery and right is Hayden Schott. He was playing DH. Shift is on for the left-handed bat of Mendham. Second baseman Lou is playing shallow right field. Haydeen up the middle. The shortstop to the right is second. 1-1 is a slider that misses high. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. And Montgomery has been electric when he's been atop the mound, Sam. Scott Pickler might be asking him to go more than just a frame here today.
Got to keep yourself in this game by any means necessary. And if Montgomery's the answer, you ride him as long as you can.
He sets the 2-1. Fastball misses inside. 3 balls and a strike with a runner at first and 2 gone. A run already across for Brewster. They're looking for more. They've scored a total of 7 runs in the last 3 innings, leading this one 8-6. 3-1. Fastball misses high. Mendham jogs down to first. A walk for Montgomery, his 3rd of the summer. On to second goes Chase Atkinson, and we're in the top of the 7th. Plenty of baseball left, but it feels like a big moment in this game, Sam. You don't want to allow this lead to open up past 2 runs.
And look who's on deck. If you can't get Ryan Lasko out, you have to face Carson DiMartini again, who is the hottest hitter on planet Earth right now.
2 home runs for DiMartini that have gone a combined 901 feet. Right-handed bat of Lasko looks on. First pitch, it's a fastball high. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Atkinson at second, Mendham at first. No stolen bases for Atkinson, just 1 for Mendham. Not great speed. Lasko a double and a run in that 5-run 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. 2-tone bat. The barrel a light tan. Montgomery looks at second, stares in, 1-0. Fastball catches at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can feel the intensity in the air at Red Wilson. Fans quietly sitting and watching as the YD Red Sox 2022 summer hangs in the balance, trailing by 2, a loss, and they're done. Montgomery's 1-1. Fastball nubbed over the head of the first baseman, Johnny Long, into shallow right field. Rounding third, coming home is Atkinson. They won't test him. He scores on his feet. Mark it an RBI knock for Lasko. They're just able to get over the leaping Johnny Long. Another run in. It's 9-6 Brewster in the top of the 7th inning. RBI single for Lasko. At second is Mendham.
Just a soft line drive, just a little too tall for Johnny Long. Nothing's been hit hard in this inning. Both RBI singles. Exit velo maybe a combined 100 miles an hour between the 2 hits. Bloop single, soft liner. Now you got to face the big bat.
See if they intentionally walk him again. Power versus power. DiMartini has come to bat 8 times in this playoffs. First pitch. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. He's come to bat 8 times in this series, Sam. He's hit 4 home runs, a double, and has been intentionally walked once. Since the first inning of both the games, he's 5 for 5 with 4 homers. And both of his home runs have been moonshots.
You just shake your head.
2 on, 2 out, top 7, 1-0. Fastball, misses low. You got to walk him now. 2 balls and no strikes. Can't imagine you're going to give Carson anything to swing his bat at. He hit the roof in the house in right field. And he sent one 457 feet to straightaway center. The wind was blowing a lot harder in that first home run back in the third, but still a no-doubter. Montgomery's 2-0. Fastball misses away. 3 balls and no strikes. Maybe not an intentional walk here, Sam, but really not giving Carson anything to swing at.
With the open base, even though it's a third, there's just no reason to.
The trees swaying back and forth in center. The shadows starting to creep up the left field line. We started this game at 3 o'clock. 3-0. Slider catches the back door. 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, DeMartini. Came into this game on a 6-game hitting streak, the longest of the summer, hitting nearly 500. 4 home runs in his last 8 at-bats. 2 on, 2 out. Top 7, 9-6 Brewster. 3-1, fastball away. And a walk to Carson DeMartini, loads him up. And it's becoming now or never for these Whitey Red Sox. Back-to-back walks by Braden Montgomery. 2 walks sandwiched in between an RBI single by Lasco that just got over the head of the first baseman Long. And here's Nick LaRusso. 9-6 Brewster leads. 13 hits for Brewster. They've done a fantastic job, Sam, of capitalizing with runners on base. They've only left 5 on the base paths. Whitecaps all aboard. It's Mendham at third, Lasco at second, DeMartini at first. Nick LaRusso, the right-handed batter, at the plate. He hasn't had a bad day himself. He's 2 for 3, a walk, 2 singles, and 2 RBIs. The right-handed batter looks on. First pitch on. Slider curls into the strike zone. No balls and 1 strike. As the flag drifts in left, no action in the Whitey bullpen. LaRusso, a late season pickup for these Brewster Whitecaps, and has propelled this offense. Hitting .350 in the 10 games he's played this summer. 0-1. Fastball off the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike with 3 ducks on the pond. 9-6 Brewster leads. Red Sox got 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th on a Cole Carrick 2-run home run. That made it a 1-run game. But if a couple insurance knocks in this top of the 7th have stretched the lead for the Whitecaps. 1-1. Fastball on the top of the zone. Some groans out of the Brewster dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jamie Shevchuk trying to go back to the Cape League Championship. And an opportunity for the Whitecaps to win back-to-back Cape League championships for the first time ever. They've been around since 1948. Bases loaded, 2 gone. The 1-2. Fastball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9-6 Brewster leads. And the Big Ten first teamer in the batter's box trying to add to the Brewster advantage. 9 batters came up in the 6th. LaRusso is the 8th of the 7th. Laborious innings for Whitey pitching on a partly cloudy day at Red Wilson. 2-2. And he swings and rolls 1 foul, third base side. Bryce Robinson pops out of the dugout, makes a nice play with the bare hand.
Got to keep it loose, even with the deficit, even if you're in the dugout.
Win or go home for Whitey. Facing elimination for the first time. A Brewster team that's looking to win their 8th straight playoff game would set the record for the most playoff wins in a row since 2000. 2-2. Fastball just misses the outer edge. And a full count with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put LaRusso. Mendham leads off third. Lasco with terrific speed at second. He has 13 stolen bases. DiMartini with great speed behind him at first. He has 15. One to the gap should score them all. LaRusso holds the bat above that right shoulder. Looks towards Montgomery. His right toe on the first base side of the rubber. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He foul taps it into the glove of Gonzalez. And a big strikeout in the top of the seventh keeps the Red Sox within an arm's reach. 2 come across on 2 hits, but 3 are left on the base paths, and the Red Sox go into the bottom of the seventh, down 3. We will take a break and stretch here at Red Wilson Field. 9-6, Brewster leads. No summer in Whitey Red Sox Nation will be complete without our youth baseball clinics where boys and girls ages 5 and up can learn the game of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship. These clinics, taught by Coach Pickler and the future major leaguers on our roster, will return again next season. For more information, go to WhiteyRedSox.com/clinics. This year's clinics are brought to you by the Salty Dog Group of Keller Williams Realty, MP Sports Cards, and Giordino's Family Restaurant. Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and all the kids, thank you. To the bottom of the seventh inning, hope you stretched here at Red Wilson Field. A new pitcher on the mound, and it's the best one out of the bullpen for the Brewster Whitecaps. Brendan Oxford, who has a .42 ERA. He's given up 1 earned run in 14 appearances out of the pen, 21 1/3 innings of work, and he faces the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Whitey trailing Brewster 9-6 in a do-or-die game. Red Sox don't win, they don't play another in the summer of 2022 in the Eastern Division Finals. Well, the bottom of the lineup, Sam, today has been impressive. 5 hits between them, 3 of them off Antillian's bat. Can he get another? Opening offering to the righty, and he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, and for the first time today, Gunnar Antillian will see a second pitch.
Well, if you get pitches to hit, first pitch of an at-bat, why not? It's worked the first 3 times.
The flag stoic and left as the righty looks to get aboard. 0-1. And he shows bunt, pulls it back as a fastball nearly shaves his beard. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shadows creeping down the left field line on a hot day here in South Yarmouth. We're approaching the 3-hour mark. People vying for the shade down the third base line. 1-1 to Antillian. And he watches a high fastball, checks his swing. He did not go, according to Mike Beal. Gunnar making his first playoff appearance, Salmon. He is impressed here today. If we were to play a game tomorrow, would not be surprised to see him back in the lineup.
Chance for a 4-hit day here.
The 2-1-2. And he swings and rips one into right center field. Goldstein going back. That ball's towards the gap. It is gone! Gunnar Antillian's got 4 hits, and his first home run of the summer makes this a 2-run game as he leaves the yard to lead off the bottom of the 7th. It's 9-7. Brewster leads. What was in that Chipotle? Gunnar Antillian can do no wrong here today.
I think I know what his pregame meal is going to be next time he finds himself out in a baseball field. Wow. Gunnar Antillian, 5'8", not a big guy. He had just 2 home runs this year for New Mexico State. That was cranked.
A Gold's Gym home run. And in stands Caden Connor, a left-handed batter. As if Whitey can bring a runner across, they would bring the tying run to the plate. If they can get a runner on. First pitch home. Fastball high.
Touching up Brennan Oxford, too, doing it against one of the best relief pitchers on Cape Cod this summer. Just the 2nd earned run he's given up all season long. And the first home run.
Caden looking to reach the 1-0. And he watches a fastball miss away. No, catches the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Late call from LaBella. Looked like it was off the plate. Caden Connor's got 2 hits. He's 2 for 3. How about Antillian, Sam? 4 for 4. He's a triple away from the cycle. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Half swing from Caden Connor on a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Nobody on. 9-7. Brewster leads. Whitecaps have thrown everything and the kitchen sink at this Red Sox team, but they won't die. Trying to fight for a game 3 tomorrow at 3:30. It's Stony Brook Field. 1-2. Caden Connor checks his swing at a slider. He did not go, according to J.C. Fernandez at third. No clouds hang above the field here at Red Wilson. And Sam, we started this game 2 hours earlier than games usually start to make sure we can get it all in. Played nearly 3 hours of baseball, and we are not through the 7th inning. Good thing they started at 3 and not 4. 2-2. Caden smacks one right over our heads. Straight back over the press box. I think you said it best. Nothing, it makes sense so far in the postseason for YD.
Especially the now 2 games played here, that 12-11 finish against Orleans, and this ball game, high-octane offense, and why even bother trying to make sense of it?
Flag starts to pick up, blowing to left. The lefty Caden Connor looking for his 3rd hit of the afternoon, 2-2. And he smacks another fastball down the left field line, foul. Couple of kids will sprint after it. About 5 or 6 of them going to a head-first jog. The defense playing back at Red Wilson Field. Antillian's home run, the 2nd for the Red Sox today. Brewster on the other side has had 2, both from Carson DiMartini. 4 home runs today, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Caden Connor chases a dirty slider from Oxford. His first out is via the strikeout, and there's 1 away.
That will that'll play Carlo. That is an outstanding pitch, and when you're Caden Connor, left on left in that situation, and he snaps one off like that, good luck.
Yeah. See why he gave up just 1 run all season until that home run to Antillian. Right-handed bat of Gonzalez looks in. He's got a hit and a run today. Hit by pitch in his last outing. Oxford deals. Gonzalez taps one off the right leg of the catcher Atkinson. And 2 catchers around the plate. Gonzalez gives Atkinson a tap on the back as he tries to walk that one out wearing the hockey mask. Don't see a lot of catchers around Cape Cod wear the hockey mask. No balls and 1 strike to Gonzalez as home plate umpire Joe Labella walks the ball all the way to Oxford. 9-7, the Brewster lead. In the last 3 innings, we've seen a combined 14 runs. When these 2 teams played during the regular season, the highest scoring game was 5-4. The last time they played, the final score was 2-2. And that was in the regular season finale for Brewster. 0-1 to Gonzalez. And he watches a fastball sail above his head. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out and nobody on. Gonzalez trying to set the table for Cole Carrig. If Fernando can reach, Carrig would come to the plate as the tying run. He already has a home run today. That was in his last at-bat in the 6th. Bottom 7, 1 out. Oxford's 1-1. Gonzalez pops 1 up, straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fernando with hits in 8 of his last 9 starts, hitting above 300 in that stretch. Very quiet, nervous crowd at Red Wilson Field. Not a lot of murmuring. Red Sox skating on thin ice. A loss today and their season is over. Down 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Oxford's 1-2. Gonzalez taps 1 and catching the foul ball. Atkinson is able to snare the slider. Just clips the bat of Gonzalez. Back-to-back strikeouts from Oxford. 2 away after the solo home run by Antillion. And here's Cole Carrig, who had a home run his last time up. Carrig, who we saw warm up in that bullpen in the 6th. Would not be surprised if we see him come in as a pitcher. And Scott Pickler walking down the third base line with 2 outs and the bases empty, Sam. He's talking to home plate umpire Labella about something. Maybe the last swing and a miss by Gonzalez that Atkinson was able to catch, and Labella wants to talk to his crew.
It's the only thing that I can make sense of, whether one of the base umpires got a better look to see if maybe Atkinson didn't catch that ball cleanly on the foul tip. But from our perspective, it looked like it was certainly probable that he did.
Labella didn't get the memo, Sam. Everybody else is wearing black. He's got the gray on.
On a hot day like this, wearing gray, that's bold of him. Show the whole crowd how much you're sweating.
Yeah, he's been busy, too, behind home plate. The amount of batters that have come up in this game, it has been a marathon. 9-7 the score. Not what we expected, but in this playoffs in 2022, you can't expect much with how hectic things have gone. Oxford is the 4th pitcher out of the pen, and now they're going to talk to Jamie Shevchuk. Gonzalez might be back up to the plate. Labella, whose gray shirt is half soaked with his own sweat. The front of it is a dark gray. Underneath his armpits, pretty much all gray. Looks like, is that first base umpire Mike Beal also there with Shevchuk?
Looks like it. Shevchuk doesn't look too thrilled.
What's interesting is, I feel like Pickler, maybe somebody from his pen or from his dugout told him to go talk to Labella because he didn't come down the line right away.
It's a foul ball.
All right, so Gonzalez is not struck out. Sam, you got a pencil going. Smart play.
But I did use the highlighter.
So did I.
Did note the strikeouts with pink highlighter, and I already used it.
1 out, base is empty. Gonzalez at the plate, a reborn man after his last strikeout is erased. Jamie Shevchuk not happy with the overturned call. 9-7, Brewster leads. 1 out, bottom 7. Red Sox need to win or their season ends today. One, 2. Gonzalez swings and misses, and the result all the same. The catcher Atkinson lobs 1 to first, and you can keep your highlighter just where it is, Sam. There's 2 gone.
Glad I didn't move to erase anything or use some white out. With Oxford's dominance overall this summer, pretty good odds that it was going to wind up the same, especially after Gonzalez had the layoff and had to come back to home plate, and then Oxford spun him a nasty one there.
Right in a bat of Carrig looks on as the flag blows out to left. Cole has done everything he can today. A double, 2 runs, and a home run. Base is empty, 2 gone. Oxford's first pitch home. Carrig swings through a curveball in the dirt. No balls and 1 strike to him. Gunnar Antillion, a solo home run to begin the frame on a cloudless Monday afternoon here in South Yarmouth. Brewster trying to go back-to-back to the championship series for the first time in their history. 0-1. Slider curls back into the zone. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And Oxford, a big reason, a part of that success, Sam. He has been lights out of the pen. He has gone long outings, too, so don't be surprised if Shevchik leaves him in here. Nobody is up in that Brewster pen. That's already seen 4 arms emerge from it. 0-2. Carey swings and golfs one down the left field line, headed for the softball field that's past the berm and left. And a stampede of children go running after it. I always found it funny, Sam, that even if the youngsters aren't the first person after the ball, they still feel like they have a chance. You could be the 20th kid running after that baseball, and it's still a full head sprint for the Pearl.
You never know what's going to happen because there could be a collision out there. Anything could happen. That baseball can wind up in your hands.
0-2. Slider misses away. Red Sox thinking the same thing. Anything can happen. Down 9-7 in the bottom of the 7th inning to the Brewster Whitecaps. Trees starting to stand still. The wind dying down. Carrig choking up in a 1-2 count with 2 gone and nobody on. Here comes Cole. Half swings. Anyone around, according to Joe Labella. 3 straight swinging strikeouts for Brennan Oxford, looking in form after giving up the solo home run to Antillion. We head to the 8th. YD trying to keep this a 2-run game here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. It's time to start the 8th, and from the plate to the mound, Cole Carrig out there and pitching, the second two-way player today to pitch as Carrig takes the ball from Montgomery. Cole was playing center. Caden Connor moves to his position in center. Hayden Schott moves from right to left. Montgomery is back in his home in right. 9-7, Brewster leads YD. We welcome you to the top of the 8th inning. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz in what has been a barn burner. 16 combined runs, 28 combined hits between two teams that played closely pitched games all throughout the regular season. The opposite story here today. Dylan Goldstein, the left-handed batter, begins the 8th inning. First pitch, changeup. Catches low and away, and the count, no balls and 1 strike. Carrig, who had a statement pitching performance last time out, 0-1. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Struck out 4 batters in a row at Eldridge Park. 3 days ago to clinch the series for YD. 1-1 from Carey. Slider misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. So Cole has played second, center, and now pitch today. A guy who has really done it all summer for the Red Sox, Sam. 2-1. Goldstein swings and skies one into center. Caden Connor drifting back. The center fielder turns his back, makes the catch. 3 paces before the fence, 1 away. And in stands the cleanup hitter, Curtis Byrne. 1 out, bases empty. 9-7 Brewster leads in a winner-go-home situation for the Whitey Red Sox. Curtis Byrne trying to advance to his 2nd straight Cape League championship. The everyday catcher for Brewster last year. One of few returners for Jamie Shevchak. Right-handed batter looks on in that bright blue bat. Carrick's first pitch home. Slider, Byrne rips it into left field. Going back to left fielder, Hayden shot in 1 hops off the top of the wall. Byrne hits the bag at first, takes a big turn, and then heads back on a loud single to left. Hayden shot doing a good job in left field to play that ball off a hop. Another hit for Curtis Byrne, his 3rd of the day, and a 1-out single brings Cam Fisher to the plate, the left-handed batter.
Well, Cole Carrick maybe not invincible out on the mound. That ball was hit awfully hard by Curtis Byrne. A nice job by shot out and left to get it in and prevent the catcher from advancing to second on a double.
Shift is on for the lefty, Cam Fisher. Hayden, the shortstop, playing to the right of second. Zack, the second baseman in the hole, opening offering. And he swings and cranks one into right center field. The center fielder, Caden Connor, back at the wall. He leaps and robs a home run. Back to first goes Byrne, and Caden Connor keeps this game close, playing center for the first time this summer. He takes away a home run from Fisher.
This game just keeps giving us new things to cheer about. Whether you're a Brewster fan or a YD fan, we've seen it all today. And that's the first time all summer that anybody has climbed that fence here at Red Wilson Field and taken one back. What an outstanding play by Caden Connor, who barely had to leap, just got up against the fence, got that glove up to the apex of his reach, and brought one back.
Right-handed bat of Diaz looks on. It takes a first pitch changeup on the inner edge. No balls and 1 strike. Caden Connor showing off the athleticism in straightaway center. Infield swung over to the left against the right-handed bat of Diaz, playing him to pull. 0-1. Changeup misses low and away. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 9-7 Brewster leads. We're in the top of the 8th in a win-or-go-home situation for the Red Sox, trying to force a Game 3 tomorrow at 3:30. Sam, we've about seen it all here today. Carrick's 1-1. Fastball, low. 2 balls and a strike off the top of the head. DeMartini's hit 2 home runs that have gone a combined 891 feet. Quick math. They said I couldn't do math as a journalism major. 2-1. Diaz takes a fastball that misses upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Braden Montgomery has gunned someone at second base after a 1-hop, almost double off the wall. Cole Carrick has pitched and hit a home run in this game. Gardner Antilli's got 4 hits. He's a triple shy of the cycle. He had 7 hits on the summer coming in. What else am I missing? There's got to be more. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Diaz chases a nasty changeup. 3 balls and 2 strikes with Curtis Byrne at first. No stolen bases and a full count with 2 gone.
The 5-run 6th inning in which Brewster just, everything they touched, found a gap.
It's almost like batting practice. Seen 3 games in 1 here today. The question is, will Brewster move on or will the Red Sox force Game 3? 3-2. Diaz takes strike 3. Changeup drops in. Carrick strikes out. Diaz leaves Byrne at first after his single. Cole's got a 2-run home run and a strikeout to his name today. What can't he do? We head to the bottom of the 8th. Caden Connor with a fantastic home run robbery. of Cam Fisher. He gets a big bear hug from Cole Carrick as he jogs off the field. We head to the bottom of the 8th here at Red Wilson Field. 9-7, Brewster leads. To the bottom of the 8th, here at Red Wilson Field, Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz and our producer Zack Clapp. 9-7, Brewster leads YD, but it could be worse. Caden Connor with a home run robbery in his first inning of the summer playing center field. He took away a 2-run home run from Cam Fisher, and that keeps this a 2-run game. Brendan Oxford back on the mound. He's already given up 1 run. That was a solo home run to Gunnar Antillion. Sam, he's never given up more than 1 run in an outing this summer. Came in with a .46 ERA. The Red Sox will try to change that if they want a chance for their season to continue. It's win or go home for YD. Brewster trying to advance their 2nd straight championship series. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Woody Hadeen, Brady Montgomery, and Johnny Long, as the Red Sox trail by 2 to the Brewster Whitecaps. Hadeen is 2 for 4 today. Right-handed batter, rests the bat on the right shoulder. He's got 5 straight games with multiple hits. Opening offering. He swings and nubs one back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Also 3 stolen bases today for Hadeen, who had 2 all summer coming in. It's kind of how it's been today. Nothing but abnormalities, as some "Let's Go Red Sox" chants rain out here at Red Wilson. The 0-1. Hadeen skies one down the right field line, drifting away from the first baseman Mendham. It lands in foul territory. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Trees swaying back and forth in center. Fans have remained out. Nobody has gone home. People in their beach chairs from foul pole to foul pole, filling up the berm and left. Hoping this isn't the last home game of the summer for YD. Hadeen with dark blue tape around both of his wrists, contrasting his bright red gloves. Oxford sets, the lefty's 0-2. Hadeen nubs one up the first base line, foul. That's off his left foot. He's not wearing any padding on that left foot, and Hadeen squinting, trying to shake that one off. You get Woody aboard, Sam. You bring up Montgomery, who had 18 home runs in the spring with Stanford, and he would represent the tying run.
Take your chances. Braden's got lots of power. Haven't seen him homer yet from the right side of home plate against the lefty, but he's got a pair of hits today, including a well-struck double from that side of home.
Oxford stares in, 0-2. Hadeen fouls one back to the screen. And the Appalachian League All-Star Game MVP earlier this summer, trying to get it done and reach. No balls and 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. 9-7 Brewster. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Oxford hasn't given up more than 1 run all summer. The Red Sox will have to change that if they want a chance to play tomorrow. 0-2. Hadeen takes a slider that misses low and in. Good take by Woody. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the Temecula, California. Dean spins the bat in a circle in front of him, leans back, stares in towards Oxford. 1-2. Dean nubs one into right field. The right fielder Goldstein charges in, makes a head-high catch with the glove. One away. And with one out, and the base is empty. And it looks like Grayson Tatro is out there in right field for Brewster. I believe that's the only defensive change. One out, base is empty. Brady Montgomery, the right-handed batter, digs in with his jersey flapping in the wind. A lighter breeze here now than we had at first pitch. The wind was howling. That's why we've seen a combined 9 home runs in these 2 games. First pitch, Montgomery rips one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Rolling into the corner, the left fielder Fisher tracks it down. Montgomery holds it first after a good throw in. He has to slide feet first back into the bag. A 1-out single brings the tying run to the plate. It's Johnny Long. Long, who has 7 home runs, Sam, 3 in his last 6 games. A whole lot of power in the bat of the Long Beach State batter. See if he can get it done again. Had a home run yesterday.
Might be the last chance for the Red Sox with one swing to tie it. Their best power hitter.
Whitey with 16 hits, 7 runs to show for it. Can they push across more? Opening offering. Long leans back as a fastball almost nicks his thigh. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Big story in this one, Sam, is the 10 left on by YD compared to the 5 for Brewster. Like the Red Sox have had chances to add more. 1-0. Long looks at a fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes.
See if Oxford goes back to the slider after falling behind with fastballs. Maybe he hangs something and gets Johnny something to hit.
The flag drifting in left. Montgomery at first doesn't have a stolen base this summer. An oven mitt glove on that right arm. He takes a 3-step lead. Long stands quietly in the box. 2-0. Slider paints the outer edge. Dirty pitch from Oxford. 2 balls and a strike. But, Sam, that's where Johnny likes him, out and away.
Where he can extend his arms to it and get the barrel to it. He struggles more with the pitches inside, but lately he's been able to turn on a few.
One of the few Ironmen for this White team who's been here since day 1. Can he add another day to the summer? 2-1. And he swings and drives one into left. It hangs up there and drops in front of the left fielder, Fisher. Stopping at second is Montgomery. The tying runs are on the base paths. Here's Zack Liu. Second hit of the day for Johnny Long. And the plot thickens again. Brennan Oxford, the most hits he had given up in a single outing this summer was 2. He has surrendered 3 to the Red Sox. With 1 out in the bottom of the 8th is the untouchable man, Human. Came in with a .42 ERA in 21 1/3. And Zack Liu, with 1 swing of the bat, can put the Red Sox back on top. Would be their first lead since 4-2. It's 9-7. Brewster leads with 1 out. Season on the line for the Red Sox. Liu in 1 at-bat has taken a walk. Opening offering. And the righty looks at a slider low. 1 ball and no strikes. The command for Oxford, Sam, has kind of gone away.
In his second inning of work, you wonder maybe he's just a little tired. A lot of innings this summer for the reliever. You think, Carlo, maybe the bunt's in play here. Third baseman LaRusso playing a little back. Maybe Lou could try to load the bases with a hit.
2 on, 1 out. Oxford 2 looks at second, the 1-0. Liu takes a fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes. Zack Liu, probably the most incredible story on this team. He was coming to Cape Cod for vacation. Whitey needed bodies. They had only 11 guys in their lineup. Scott Pickler called them. Zack played here last year 4 hours before his cross-country flight. He was coming with his aunts and his uncles and said, "Hey, do you want to suit up?" Zack said, "How can you turn that down?" 2-0. And he swings and pops one up, shallow right field. First baseman Mendham racing over. His back to the baseball. He can't find it. The Red Sox avoid disaster. And they're still 2 on with 1 out. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike to Zack Liu. Last year, his family loved coming to the Cape so much they bought a house here. Not too far from Red Wilson Field. And the Cal State Fullerton Titan in his 2nd year with the Red Sox looking to come through in a big spot. Montgomery at second, Long at first. 1 out, 9-7 Brewster. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Open stance for Liu, wearing his Fullerton cleats. Oxford looks at second. Big lead for Montgomery. 2-1. Zack takes a strike on the outer edge. Slider just pings the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've seen everything and then some today. Two-way players, home runs, 4 for 4 games, 457-foot home runs. Is there more in the tank here today at Red Wilson? 2-2. Fastball high, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Zack Liu with 2 on and 1 out. On deck is Hayden Schott, the left-handed bat from Columbia. Shadows starting to creep on the field and left. The trees dancing back and forth in center. Wind has died down slightly, and Oxford has given up 3 hits in his first, has given up 3 hits for the first time this summer. 3-2. Liu skies one foul down the first base line as he unstraps his glove and restraps him. Can taste the tension here at Red Wilson Field. Big West honorable mention looking to come through. Zack has 4 hits in his last 5 games. Oxford pins the glove on his right shoulder. Comes set, letters high. He looks at second towards Montgomery. Long at first. 3-2 pitch. Slider on the outer edge. Strike 3 called. Oxford finds the back door, strikes out Liu looking. And a big 1-out strikeout puts 2 outs on the board with 2 on. Hayden Schott trying to salvage the opportunity, or will he come to bat against the lefty Oxford? It might be Freeberger, and it looks like it's going to be. That's the 4th strikeout for Brennan Oxford.
It's a beautiful pitch, Carlo. It probably did catch that outside corner, and Liu, not a guy who has a ton of power, not really trying to do too much at the plate, just trying to keep the line moving. Thought he caught one outside for ball 4, but Oxford's slider gets a lot of movement on it. Came back to that outside edge.
Freeberger headed to UConn from UNC Asheville. The Baltimore, Maryland native digs in, right-handed batter. Montgomery leads at second. Long is at first. They're the tying runs. 9-7 Brewster. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Game 2 of a best-of-3 Eastern Division Finals. Brewster looking to sweep. Red Sox vying for a comeback. First pitch, slider low. 1 ball and no strikes to Dom Freeberger, who's making his first appearance at the plate of this series. Just 1 for his last 11. Another two-way guy who spent the first half of the summer in the MLB draft leagues. Holds his tan bat above his head. Oxford's 1-0. Freeberger takes a fastball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. This is fun. You got the tying runs on base in a game that has seen nothing but offense. 16 runs, 31 hits. Red Sox playing for their lives against the best reliever in the East. 2 on, 2 out. 2-0 count. The pitch. Freeberger golfs one into right field. Mile-high pop-up for Tatro. He starts jogging in, makes the head-high catch just above his brim. 2 hits, but 2 left stranded. YD has left 12 on the base paths here today. They can't push across any runs and will head to the bottom of the 8th. Opportunity for Brewster to grab some insurance, leading by 2, or the top of the 9th, excuse me. We'll head here at Red Wilson. To the 9th inning we go. The final stanza, maybe, of the summer for the YD Red Sox. They trail the Brewster Whitecaps 9-7 with the bottom of the lineup due up for Brewster, trying to add insurance. Chase Atkinson, David Mendham, and Ryan Lasko due up. Right in the bat of Atkinson looks on. Carrick still pitching from the first base side of the rubber. He kicks and deals. And a slider paints the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike. About mid-thigh height to Atkinson, who has scored in his last 2 at-bats. 2 singles, 3 RBIs for him. Brewster can advance to the Cape League Championship. 0-1, fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. With a win here today, it would go back to the Cape League Championship Series for the first time in the history of the Whitecaps, and have a chance to win back-to-back championships. They'd be the first team to do it since the Red Sox did it in 14, 15, and 16. The 1-1. Swing and a foul tap into the glove of Gonzalez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The flag blowing gently and left. The trees swaying in center. And Brewster looking to win a record 8 straight playoff games going back to last summer. Be the most ever in the record books. 1-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Atkinson chinks it. Second strikeout for Cole Carey. He begins the 9th as he ended the 8th with a swinging strike 3. Here's David Mendham with the bases empty and 1 out. Shadows starting to encroach the infield and left, but for the most part, we're in the sun on this Monday afternoon. Thanks so much for spending your Monday afternoon with us. What a game here at Red Wilson. Carrick's first pitch to the lefty is a fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes. Mendham has been a different man since the pages turned to the playoffs. In the regular season, he was a .212 hitter with 3 extra base hits. 1-0, slider misses low and in towards his shoe tops. 2 balls and no strikes. In the playoffs, Sam, he is 6 for 11, 2 home runs. 2-0, and he swings and uppercuts 1 foul down the left field line. 2 balls and a strike. We've seen that trend pretty much across most of the Cape. Guys are just hitting the cover off the baseball who didn't hit the ball to begin the year. Makes you scratch your head. 1 out, base is empty. Top 9, 9-7. Brewster leads 2-1. Fastball. Mendham bounces 1 to first. Johnny Long fields it in fair territory. The first baseman steps on the bag. Home plate umpire Joseph Labella called it foul, but first base umpire Mike Beal called it fair. And now a conversation will ensue. This is a big out. It would put 2 outs on the board for the 9-hole hitter, Ryan Lasko. Sam, who has the authority here?
Technically, if it's before the first base bag, then the authority goes to the home plate umpire. And once it crosses, if the decision is made once it crosses the base, it's first base umpires. But if, I believe on that play, it is Labella's call, even though the first base umpire, Mike Beal, motioned fair.
So wave off the ground out from Mendham. Pickler wants an explanation. It looked like Johnny fielded the ball in fair territory, which then you wonder, how does that ball go foul?
He might have had a foot on the chalk.
Another layer to what has been an intriguing contest. Mendham, the former Chatham angler, as Pickler gets an explanation whether he likes it or not. With new life, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, base is empty. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Brewster hanging to a 9-7 lead, looking for some insurance. Mendham with bright blue tape around his forearms stares in towards the ready Carrick. Here comes a 2-2. And he swings and skies this one. Shallow right field. Racing in the right fielder, Montgomery. He yells out, "I got it," does not lie, and makes the catch. As they say, ball doesn't lie. There's 2 away.
Yeah, that one's fair.
So 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Carrick looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Sam, what if I told you this would be the first 1-2-3 inning for YD of the game? It would just be the second of the game for either team. The only other 1-2-3 inning ended with a caught stealing back in the second. First pitch home. Lasko rolls one to short. Scooping it up, Haydeen. The shortstop throw to first in time for the out. And there it is. YD's first 1-2-3 inning is delivered by Cole Carrick in the top of the 9th. It's now or never for YD. They need 2 runs. They have 3 outs. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning at Red Wilson. Will the Red Sox live to see another day? We'll find out next. We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. The Whitey Red Sox need 2 runs or their season is done. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz, our producer Zack Clapp. 9-7. Brewster leads as we enter the bottom of the 9th. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Due up for YD. And Sam, usually when the bottom of the lineup is due up, that is a good thing for the pitching staff. But the bottom of the lineup today for the Red Sox has been fantastic. Leading things off, Gunnar Antillian, 4 for 4 today, a triple away from the cycle.
7 hits out of these last 3 spots, and 3 of those belong to Antillian. And Gunnar homered off of Brendan Oxford his last time up. Gunnar's triple shy of the cycle. Red Sox don't need him to triple. They just need him to find his way aboard, give him a fighting chance against one of the Cape's best relievers.
The fans watching at Red Wilson hoping to see their team survive another day and force a Game 3 in this best-of-3 series tomorrow. First pitch would be at 3:30. Antillian, a right-handed batter, faces the lefty Oxford, who begins his 3rd inning of work. First pitch down the hill. Antillian taps one foul over towards the Whitey dugout. No balls in 1 strike. The infield starting to be masqueraded in the shade. Oxford atop the mound. His head is in the sun, but the rest of his body in shadows. Almost all of the infield grass a shade darker than the rest of the field. The wind blowing gently out to left. Antillian trying to reach and bring the tying run to the plate. The 0-1. Slider misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sam, that's been the bread and butter for Oxford, that backdoor slider to righties.
Feels like he can put it wherever he wants. Start it outside, bend it back to the back door. Start it on the inside corner, bend it back to the back foot of the right-hand batters.
1-1. Antillian shows bunt, pulls it back, and almost takes a ball in the chest. 2 balls and a strike.
Another slider there. That one, I think, maybe got startled with the bunt attempt and started it too far inside. A good job by Gunner to get out of the way of it.
Antillian homered off Oxford. Was just the 2nd earned run of the summer that Brennan has allowed. The 2-1. Fastball. Pins the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whitey's 3 hits against Brennan Oxford, the most he's allowed in a single outing this summer. He's been lights out for him. Really, Brewster's thrown their best arms today, Sam. If you think about Ure, who had given up 4 earned runs all summer, and then Oxford here to close things off. 2-2. Slider, Antillian stays alive, nubs one back to the chain link fence, and restraps the glove. Singles in the 2nd and the 4th, a double in the 5th, a home run in the 7th. Antillian's pregame Chipotle fueling him to a 4-hit day. Can he be the first Red Sox all summer to have 5 in a single contest? 2-2. Fastball, he rips it on the ground, down the 3rd baseline. Backhanded by the 3rd baseman, LaRusso. Long throw to first, in time. A nice play by the Maryland product at the hot corner. There's 1 away.
Antillian doubled down the 3rd baseline earlier in the game, but here in the 9th inning, you play the lines, you play no doubles defense. Corner infield in, deep in the outfield, and it helps out Brewster there. A nice play by LaRusso down the line.
Caden Connor, who is a big reason why this game is still close. He had a home run robbery in the top of the 8th inning in his first ever inning playing center field to save 2 runs, keep this a 2-run game. Left-handed bat digs in, he's 2 for 4. Lefty on lefty, Oxford deals. And Connors taps one off the end of the bat, down the left field line, it lands foul. Shortstop DeMartini racing over, tried to slide in. No balls and 1 strike to Caden Connor, who has been one of the day 1 bats in this Whitey team, making his 47th game today of 48. Fernando Gonzalez, also a day 1 Whitey Red Sox, is on deck in a year in which the Cape has seen almost 300 players come through. The 0-1. Connor swings and misses at a slider. No balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty, 1 out, 9-7 Brewster. Whitecaps with a win have the longest winning streak in the playoffs ever since 2000. Would be 8 in a row. And they'd have a chance to win back-to-back championships in 3 and 5 years. Jamie Shevchak has done a phenomenal job with this Brewster team. The 8-hole hitter digs in. Base is empty. Defense playing him straight up as the wind picks up the left. Oxford's 0-2. Caden swings and misses at a high fastball. And the Red Sox season is down to its final out. Here's Fernando Gonzalez. 5th strikeout for Brendan Oxford. Brewster on the precipice of history. In a game that has seen everything and then some The Red Sox have more magic in them. They've walked off one team this summer. That was Orleans in the 5th contest of 2022. It's up to the 9-hole hitter Gonzalez. Oxford deals. Gonzalez takes the slider upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Fernando is 1 for 3 today. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. Right-handed batter who's been a staple behind the plate all summer. Let's go Red Sox chance. Jeer out at Red Wilson. 1-0. Gonzalez takes a fastball low. 2 balls and no strikes. Oxford bouncing up and down atop the mound. He thought that was strike 1. Defense playing Gonzalez back. Doesn't have great speed. Cole Carrig is on deck if Fernando can reach. 2-0. Gonzalez takes a fastball that paints the bottom of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. 16 combined runs, 31 combined hits. Does it end here? Brewster trying to punch their ticket to the championship series for the 2nd straight summer. Oxford's 2-1. Gonzalez taps it foul. And Whitey down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Let's go Whitecaps chance down the right field line. Gonzalez with his Georgia cleats digs into the dirt in the shadows. Taps the plate once and looks towards Oxford. Bases empty, 2 outs, 9-7 Brewster. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Oxford sets chest high, 2-2. Swinging a foul tap out of the glove of the catcher Atkinson. And Gonzalez lives to see another pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Fernando can reach, Carrig comes up to the plate. He homered back in the 6th inning. Another 2-run home run would tie this game and possibly send us into extras for the first time in 2022. Gonzalez with a black arm sleeve on that right arm. Waits patiently in the box. 2-2. Swing and a miss. That does it. Brewster goes back to the championship series with an opportunity to go back-to-back. The defending champions will represent the East once again. And the summer ends for the Whitey Red Sox in a marathon contest in front of their home crowd at Red Wilson. They fall 9-7 in the final game of the summer. Well, as we welcome you into the broadcast booth, Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. And Sam, this one had everything. You talk about the 2 home runs by DeMartini. Cole Carrig pitching and hitting a home run in today's game. Brewster getting 5 in the top of the 6th inning against Luke Jewett. But for you, where did this game turn to the Whitecaps side?
It was in that 5-run inning after the Red Sox got the 4-2 lead. Luke Jewett just couldn't keep the ball off the barrel. Red Sox turned to their relief face in the middle of this game rather than waiting until the later innings to use Jewett, and he faltered. And I think that's where it turned around for the Red Sox. Once that they couldn't quiet the Brewster rally in that middle inning, after Ryan Lasco's go-ahead RBI double to make it a 5-4 game, there was really no turning back in this game because Brewster just piled it on. A hit parade for them. The 17 hits for the Red Sox is a lot of base hits, but when you leave 12 guys on base and the other team gets 14 hits and turns that into 9 runs, it's just too much to come back from. Brewster did an outstanding job on the offensive side of the baseball today, and it was too much for the Red Sox to overcome.
Brewster advances to the championship round for the 2nd straight summer. They'll have a chance to win back-to-back championships. For me, Sam, the 2 runs that stick out is the top of the 7th inning. An Atkinson bloop single down the line, and then a number by Lasco that just gets over the head of Johnny Long. It's a difference in this game, and that's really how close things were today.
Yeah, it was everything that was hit hard against Jewett in the previous inning was smoked, and then they added the 2 tack-on runs, and it was 2 out, nobody on. A throwing error, a bloop RBI single, followed by another softly hit RBI single. Those were the 8th and 9th runs for the Brewster Whitecaps, and you look at the Red Sox, the 7 runs. If another ball breaks in their direction, maybe if Gunnar Antillian makes that throw to first cleanly instead of throwing it away to begin that rally, maybe we're looking at a tie baseball game right now. But credit to the Whitecaps. The book on them heading into this series was the opposite of last season, when the Whitecaps were all pitching and they were winning 2-0 games in the playoffs. Complete difference this summer. They're hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Carson DeMartini is a man possessed, and what they needed, they got in these late innings. An outstanding relief performance by Brendan Oxford. More of the same for a guy who is one of the league's best out of the bullpen all summer. Gave up just one earned run in the regular season all summer long. The one earned run today, the first batter he faced was Gunnar Antillian, who took him deep. After that, he was stupendous.
You think about this summer, really, the Whitey Red Sox have been the team that's had the most roller coaster season out of anybody. Whitey won 5 in a row, which was the second longest winning streak of any team, and then they lost 6 in a row to close the year, which was the longest losing streak out of any team. It ends in a thrilling contest, but not a thrilling end for Whitey. What are you going to take away from what happened in 2022?
I think just take away from the experience the important things, the friendship that I've gained here with the people on our media team, the players that we've gotten to know and watch throughout the summer season. This is a great group of guys, and they played hard all season. It was a season of change, really, in a lot of respects, because not just on the field. Of course, the Red Sox started a little bit slow without a win in their first 4 games, and then for about a 3-week stretch in the middle of the summer, it felt like this team was unbeatable before faltering late. But a season of change on the roster, more turnover, not just with the YD, but more turnover on the rosters across Cape Cod than ever on Cape Cod in baseball play here in Cape Cod and the islands. More turnover on the roster, really an unprecedented amount. We had, I believe, 290 players were released off of rosters this summer, which is easily a record on Cape Cod. And you can attribute that to the changing of the draft and various other parts of the league that have been affected by some of the rule changes in Major League Baseball. But at the end of the day, some of the key players that stayed here all summer long were such key contributors to the Red Sox, and they kept them in this game until the very end. We talk about Cole Carrick, one of 4 position players that the Red Sox kept on this roster all summer. He was their player in this postseason run because he did it on both sides of the ball, and today, a scoreless relief outing, and he hit a home run. I mean, he was an outstanding talent to watch all summer long. So what I'll take away is the experience getting to watch these guys play for 44-plus games, plus the playoffs, these 4 games that we've gotten to watch in the playoffs, the 48 games that we've seen all summer, and the memories and the friendship that have come along with it.
We want to start our thank yous. I want to give a big thank you to Shane Skinner, the president of the Whitey Red Sox, who allows this all to happen and brought this great team together and really was so helpful. And on his first year, interim president, chosen in the middle of the summer, did what he could to make this all work, and I think made it a great operation. I want to give a big shout out to our producers, Zack, Clapp, Danny Ostrich, for all their help. They have been fantastic all summer. Without them, our job is 800 times harder. To our writers, Mike and Dylan, our social media people, Sadie, Danny, and Christine, and all the people around YD. It really has been a fantastic summer. I want to give a big thank you to you, my guy. This has been a ton of fun. From Syracuse to USC, those are faraway places, but yeah. I feel like I've gained a best friend this summer. It has been so awesome to learn the game of baseball from you, to sit next to you every day, and to joke around. I will definitely miss it.
As will I, man. Coming into this experience, there's so many unknowns. You come to Cape Cod to do a baseball job, and they tell you you're going to be working with this kid from California who was here with a different Cape team last summer. And, you know, I had friends who you worked with last summer, and I heard great things about you. But to meet you in person, spend a summer with you as your co-broadcaster, as your roommate, and as your friend. It's been the pleasure of a lifetime, Carlo, and I don't think that I could have handpicked a better partner this summer.
Too kind, too kind. Well, you got any more thank yous?
Echoing the thank yous that you said to Shane for bringing us aboard and allowing us to have a summer on Cape Cod is, I think, the biggest thanks. But to Danny and Zack and the rest of our media team, really making this summer as special as it possibly could, as smooth as it could have. This broadcast, I think, got better from day one onward. We improved this broadcast as a team as often as we could in ways that seemed obvious after we did them, but at the beginning of the summer did not even spark ideas in our mind. So I'm very just glad to have been a part of this and, you know, broadcasting baseball on Cape Cod has been part of my dream ever since I realized I wanted to broadcast baseball. And to be able to do that, it's a dream come true. And, the last thank you, I guess, is to you guys for listening to us every day and watching us and inviting us into your homes so that you can enjoy Whitey Red Sox baseball with us alongside with you.
Well, for one more time in the summer of 2022, for Sam Lebowitz, Zack Clapp, our producer, I'm Carlo Jimenez, saying so long to whoever puts on these mics next. With great power comes great responsibility. We'll see you sometime in the future. YD falls to Brewster, 9-7.